I feel like we should have more moon technology or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I think shit is like flying up from the ocean to the sky.
It's like surfing in some oil spillage. Inhaled like a whole bag of goose feathers.
I worry primarily about whether there are nightclubs in heaven.
I've been looking forward to this.
This is through all the old ones.
This is all of your really shitty dating profiles that you find?
Yeah, I don't even like look for potential mates anymore. I'm just like
it's just like rubbernecking, like when you're driving on the freeway and you see a car accident, you're just like, ooh, I gotta see this.
Yeah.
Scoot over either way.
Okay, I'll scoot over. Yeah, it's like trying to see. There's kind of like a lot of themes like. Men with tigers.
Oh yeah. Heavily tranquilized tigers.
Yeah. Men with dead fish.
Oh yeah, the fishermen in San Diego. San Diego's big on the.
Yeah, potato chip rock. That's another one.
Potato chip rock is pretty much consistent across all genders. Like everybody.
Yeah, that's a cliche for everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know how it was on the girls' side. And then
no, a lot of girls in yoga pants chilling on potato chip rock.
Oh yeah, handstands.
Lots of girls who are fluent in sarcasm.
Oh yeah, fluent in sarcasm. Yeah. Passionate is like my
down
main
to earth.
Yeah, passionate has been the big one. Every man is passionate, and so I was gonna. I
feel like that should always be accompanied by like a Spanish guitar riff.
I'm
very passionate.
Yeah, I was looking through screenshots and I'm like, oh my God, this has been going on for almost 2 years. I even had an album that was just like passionate, and it was just all the screenshots I would take of men who describe themselves as passionate. There's like another one.
Not even passionate about a thing, just saying that they are passionate.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm passionate, or just
I'm as passionate as passion fruit.
Yeah.
Talking about specific things you're passionate about, like interests, that's one thing. But if you're just saying I'm a very passionate person, like get the fucking line. Everybody has feelings.
Everybody,
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Another favorite of mine from girls' profiles is being surprised, like telling people that your height, and then being surprised that like apparently people want to know that, like. I'm 5'9" because I guess that matters. That phrase comes up so often. I don't know how, like, a little bit in men's profiles, but a lot in women's profiles. A lot,
because this seems to be a thing.
Yeah, and girls say, like, no guys under 6 feet, too.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah. That's
a common one.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Also, I can't see likes. And
that one, yeah.
And I'm not on here a lot. Please message me on Instagram.
Yeah, that too. And I'm like...
lots of people use their dating profiles just to plug their Instagram.
Yeah, I've seen that. Or, like, networking. A lot of trainers out there.
Oh, really?
And so... I've seen a lot of trainers, and what is the other thing? Oh, there's like a guy.
There's like couples looking for threesomes.
Oh, that I see all the time.
Oh,
I see people I know, and I'm like, I never knew.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's cool. Or like a guy who has a drink in his hand, but like his mouth is open and his tongue is sticking out. So that's like a huge thing. I see that all the time. Or someone with a kid, and then it's like, not my kid. Yeah. Like all the time, it says not my kid.
I have noticed that when it's a couple that's a man and a woman looking for a threesome partner, there's a few common threads. One is that they're always looking for a woman to be the third partner.
Yes.
And two, that it's usually a very attractive woman and then a man who looks like a shark standing upright.
Oh, yeah. Or no pictures of the guy. It's all pictures
no pictures of the guy except for like one picture that's just a selfie of the girl while she's like leaning on him, and so you can just kind of like see his chest and his feet
barely.
And that's it.
Yeah.
When I had a mustache, like girls would keep asking, "Oh, can I have a mustache ride?"
Did you say yes?
I just ignored them.
Yeah, I had. I'm trying to think.
You didn't know what you had, you fool.
Yeah. And then everybody loves Boondock Saints. That's another one with movies. But yeah, I would, message some people, and it wouldn't go very far.
I first saw Boondock Saints when I was 8.
Oh, God. No, I went on a terrible date. This is like when I was 21. And We pulled up to the movie theater. We were at the Landmark in Hillcrest, and this guy was parking on 5th, bumping into the cars. And I'm like,
the car that you're in, or like another
his car into other cars. He's like, well, they're called bumpers for a reason. I'm like, oh God.
Oh.
So
you don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're like sitting on 5th, and he pulls out 2 cups and 2 bottles, and of alcohol, and he pours them into the cups. He's like, don't worry, we can take these in. And I'm like, this isn't good. Like, this guy's gonna get tanked. I didn't know what movie we were gonna see. We ended up seeing 1 Hour Photo. Both got drunk and went back to his house, and he lived in PB. There wasn't like Uber or anything. I didn't have money for a cab, so I was just like, oh, I'll go home, I guess, like the next day or later on tonight, whatever. So we watched like some Bukowski video, and that was cool. And then he's like, oh, this movie's great, Boondock Saints. And I like wasn't feeling it. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to go into the freezer. Like, do you want shrooms? And I'm like, oh, I don't like mushrooms. And he's like, no, like shrooms. I'm like, oh,
Magic.
no.
Boondock Saints does not strike me as a shrooms movie.
He tripped out.
That's like a Guinness movie.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he tripped out. I ended up like locking myself in the bathroom for like 4 hours, and yeah, every time I hear that movie,
He probably thought you were still sitting right next to him.
My phone was outside, like in the living room, and I was just like, I'm gonna die here. And every time I see that movie and just like or hear about it, I'm transported back to that terrible day. I should have known, like,
sometimes like you'll know a certain person, and then a movie or a song will get ruined.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time. Yeah, all the time. But yeah, it's been like a string of.
Yeah, I think there's some song on Radiohead, the bands, that was ruined for me because of
Oh no. Yeah, the only thing I lucked out when I was married because my ex-husband was a huge Bright Eyes fan, and I hate Bright Eyes, so I was like safe, with that one. But let me see if I can find. Yeah, you get like, hey, how are you? When I'm talking to people, it's like, hey, how are you? Great, how are you? Like, where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. And then it's all of a sudden like, let me see a picture, or like, let me send you a picture. And I'm like, I don't want to see a picture because I already know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's how it's been. Or like
a certain body part.
Yeah, a certain body part.
The nose.
No, I had somebody send me a picture of feet, and I hate feet. So I was just like, bye.
There's this artist.
That was Quentin Tarantino. You missed out.
Yeah. There's this artist Jack and I like called Alex Cameron from Australia. He's kind of like playing a piece of shit womanizer musician.
It's
it's like a character.
Like every guy in San Diego?
Yeah,
precisely.
But yeah, there's this song where he's saying like, there's this woman on the internet, she sends me pictures of her beautiful eyes, and he doesn't care if she's a Nigerian guy, that's the chorus.
It's one of those things where it would be the serious version of what it is if he didn't just take like 15 degrees off. It's just 15 degrees off from being like actually like this is him as this character for real. So it's like you can tell that he's just fucking around.
Yeah, one song is called Stud Muffin 96. It's just all jokes.
Yeah. And I think you told me, and then I re-listened to it, and I noticed that there's one song of his where Brandon Flowers, the lead singer of the Killers, sang backup vocals on it. Like it's subtle, but you can definitely hear it's him.
You could ride in on an eagle, baby. You could ride in on a dove.
Oh no! I had another one. Lots of let me see. Sorry, I keep going back to it because there's so many ridiculous screenshots. Men in suits on the phone. On the cell phone?
Business guys.
I'm too busy and successful for this picture. Hold on.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't talking to you. That's my Bluetooth.
Yeah.
It's my Bluetooth. My hands are too important to hold a phone. Oh, wow. In what appears... This one, very nice suit, I have to say, but it's in what appears to be a hotel bathroom. And on a rotary phone that I'm pretty sure doesn't actually work.
Yeah. But it's a nice suit.
It is a nice suit. I will give props there.
It is a nice suit.
What if he blew like all his money on suits and he lost his apartment and he's living out of hotels now?
He blew all of his money on suits and rotary phones, and now he's got nowhere to go.
Or he doesn't have a cell phone and he can only use rotary phones in hotel lodges.
Yeah, he's that hipster.
He's just carrying it around in one hand, just saying like, "Hey, do you have anywhere I can plug this in?" Going to every coffee shop in town, just like, "Hey, can I plug this in?" No, I don't give a shit about Wi-Fi. Can I plug in my rotary phone? I need to make some calls.
Can I leave my tape answering machine here as well?
I had one with a guy who was using a stack of money as a phone. And I'll try
Okay, I would swipe right on that guy.
That's like a rap album cover.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I see a lot of those. Guys with guns. That's another one.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's more common in the Midwest and San Diego.
Oh,
but
no.
I imagine it's here too.
Huge here. And the bonus is when you get
the
a
military
guy
people
with a gun and a fish. Like those are, where you get like the combo. I have yet to see somebody who like has hit a trifecta of like a man with a gun and a fish in the same picture who also describes himself as passionate.
A gun and a fish on potato chip rock.
I brought this fish all the way up here and this gun.
It smells now.
This is totally unusable.
That'd be my future husband right there. Like
that's clearly a bit. So like you gotta just give it props there.
Oh yeah, but no, everybody, it's so weird. And I met a few people. Like I'd never online dated before last year because I was just like, oh, I don't know. Like the idea of people shopping is like so weird to me. Mm-hmm.
This is all bad profiles you've accrued over 1 year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like a year and a half.
Not bad. Not a bad haul.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
All things considered, NPR.
Hello, I'm Ira Glass. Wait, that's This American Life. Never mind. We're not bringing back Ira Glass. We won't do that to you. I was just noticing that like, I haven't looked at quite as many men's profiles as women's profiles, but I have noticed that like, as the last two-ish years have played out, and being supporting a certain political figure has gotten more and more unpopular. Men have like started publicizing like their political views and their profiles less and less. Yeah. But like women who are Trump supporters will get really loud in their profiles about like how much they support Trump and MAGA and all that shit.
Oh,
it's
I'm
weird.
Sure.
Jen, you look kind of hot. Do you want me to bring a fan in? And
yes, please. I even a sweat for. I sweat too. Forever.
Thanks, Ian.
I just sweat all the time. Like it does not matter. Anybody who knows me, like I walk into anywhere and I just sweat.
Yep, I do it too.
Yeah. I'm trying to find. Oh my god, there was one. If I can find it, the guy with the stack of money was probably one of the best ones.
The guy who's talking to a stack of money like
it was sunglasses on.
I really want to see this.
I'll have to find it.
I can't hear you over these fans.
Yeah. Oh, I know where it's at. I had them all saved in my like Google Photos. Oh, that's so much better. Thank you.
I use Rolexes as rubber bands to hold my stacks.
There was a pretty... I was having drinks with Ariel's girlfriend, Kirsten, and my best friend, and then another friend of mine. And yeah, we were talking about dating, and I was like, yeah, I've been kind of lucky, over the past year or so. And they just all kind of gave me a crazed look. And I'm like, they're like, oh, what about this person and this person and that person? I'm like, I've blocked it all out because it was so bad. I was just like, I'm not dating anymore.
No.
And of course we gave them all nicknames, It started out very promising. I met this guy. Well, actually I never met him. We were talking. Mm-hmm. Seemed great. Attractive, smart, funny. Then he started telling me like about his life, and he's like, oh yeah, I had to move back home because I'm giving my dad a kidney. And I was like, oh, okay, like that's kind of cool, like sweet. Then he's like, yeah, I have a daughter, and her mom took off. And I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks, like, wow, that's really unfortunate. Then it turns into his last relationship. He was engaged, and his fiance got pregnant. Then he found out that the kid wasn't his. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, whoa, like that's pretty heavy. And he's telling me how he got in a car accident when he was 22, and like 3 of his friends died, and like his brother was like put on the train tracks by some gang and had his legs amputated.
Jesus
and then
Christ.
Like he
so just like a series of misfortune.
Yeah, he was in a coma, and then like he came out of the coma, went on a bike ride and fell down a hill and hit his head on a rock. Now he has like amnesia, and so all these things like kept happening. Then as we would continue talking, and he's like, oh, sorry I didn't get back to you. I was in the hospital last night. A light fell on my head. Or like, oh, I sat on my Ray-Bans. Or like, oh, I burned my lip on a match. And like we kept trying to meet up, and something would always happen. So like my friends gave him the nickname Calamity Jimmy.
Yes.
And the night we were
Calamity James.
Yeah, Calamity. Oh my God, we should have done that. Why didn't we call him Calamity Jimmy?
It's right there.
Oh, okay.
I haven't had as bad of luck as him, but like I've kind of made friends feel guilty before, where they'll be like wondering why I'm not responding, and I'll get back to them the next day. I'll say like, "Oh, sorry, my throat was closing, and I was scared I was gonna die." So
yeah, well, that happens.
yeah. That's just like always a risk. I always have to have EpiPens with me.
Well, it got to the point where my friends were like, we don't want to meet him because something bad is going to happen.
We don't want to be within 20 feet of him. Just for self-preservation purposes.
My ex-husband was like, if you ever take our daughter around him, like, I'm going to sue you for custody. Yeah. Like, there's no way, like, you can... so
I do not want a helicopter crashing when I'm nearby.
Yeah, so my friends were like, oh, take him to the whistle stop. That way when he walks in, it explodes and, like, you're forced to go somewhere else, like to another bar, because I always go to whistle stop. But, so I didn't tell anybody we were supposed to meet that night, and I brought, my friends out. We all met up, and then I was like, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm supposed to, like, meet that guy here. And 2 of them bailed. Mm-hmm. They were like, forget it. And so he called me. He's like, oh, yeah, I just want to let you know, like, I blew a head gasket. He's like, I'm going to get on the trolley. I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's already like... So they're like, oh, great. Like,
and
the trolley's going to explode.
Derailed.
Yeah. And he never showed up. Yeah, he never showed up. And that was it. So I'm guessing he's dead. I don't know.
So yeah, that trolley fell off the tracks and into the ocean and was swallowed by a megalodon.
Yeah, I took all these screenshots. He's like, of all the things to happen, I had a lamp fixture fall on my head. That super embarrassed to hang out because I really don't have any money. I can't afford to take you out for a drink. Feeling super shy because I enjoy talking to you. Sorry, it's a hard time. I'm like, okay, that's whatever. That happens too. Yeah, sat on his Ray-Bans, broke his phone, lit a match, and the match head popped off and burned my bottom lip, and I spit.
It popped off?
Yeah.
Just the whole thing just...
Yeah. Lit the match, and the match head popped off and burned my bottom lip, and I spit when I hit it, and it burned my lip. Ha, 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 OMG. So embarrassed.
OMG, so much pain. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I had, let's see. So I was just like, yeah, that's not going to happen, like, ever. I had another guy who was telling me that he lost his job and that he was living out of his car and his friend busted his headlight and he was just trying to get money to repair the headlight. So my thing, I was like, okay, this guy is like hitting up girls on, I think it was like Bumble for that time.
Asking them for money?
Yeah. And
just like right off the bat.
Oh, our mom got scammed by a boyfriend.
Oh, no.
Just took the money and ran.
Yeah. And that's become a thing too, where like men are like, "Oh, I'm going through all these hard times."
Yeah.
Like,
well, what a ballsy scam coming in cold like that to people you don't even know online, just saying like, "Hey, like
you don't know me, but could you lend me something?
We can smash later, but first, can I get 20?"
Yeah. That's how it is. Oh, another thing. Men will have like, oh, I'm 32. And then you look at the profile and they're either like 19 or like 54.
Oh, yeah.
But that's like a huge thing. Yeah. I don't know if women do that too.
Because like, I know the 19-year-old logic is like, a lot of girls want to date somebody older. So like, when you're 19, you kind of can't date anyone.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're just a creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all the 18-year-old girls want to date somebody who's like late 20s.
Why?
I don't know. We don't get better.
No.
We're just once you're 18, it's just this. And then it gets wrinklier.
No,
and maybe you get a little more money. That's pretty much the only improvement men get.
Oh, this is a good one. This one, Christina, she had pictures of this guy on here, and then of her, I guess what was her boyfriend, and it says
her profile pictures are snapshots of a Bumble account.
Oh, yeah. So it says idiot cheater.
These are screenshots
of her.
Yeah.
So she had hit this guy. So if you swiped on him, it would say idiot, cheater, liar, abuser. He cheated on me many times. Jesus. He was in Bumble and Tinder for 4 years during the whole relationship. You were warned. Mess with him, be free. So like I've seen that too, where women are warning other women about like these guys, and so it'll be a picture of their boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, and then like this huge warning.
Yeah, there's a digital snapshot that people can exchange now.
Oh, found it.
Oh, Benyo!
Oh wow, Benyo with the cash.
Honestly, that's a good look.
Yeah.
The denim jacket, I love it.
Pixelated
Aviator,
too, perfect.
Yeah. I think that's just my phone for. I don't know what's going on.
But I always love finding one of those profiles where it's like an incredibly gorgeous person, and then all the pictures are super pixelated, and then there's little to no profile.
Yeah, that's
like
message me for info.
I'm really turned on by credit card numbers.
Oh. Yeah, I had another one who it was going well, and he's like, "Do you want to meet up for a drink?" I'm like, "Sure." He's like, "When?" I'm like, "I don't know."
When?
Yeah, I'm kind of
exactly
busy.
what time.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I'm pretty much a ghost, like Monday through Thursday when my daughter's in school, and then like I said maybe during the weekend. He's like, "Oh, okay. Do you like coffee?" And I'm like, "Oh, I said let's meet up for coffee." He's like, "I prefer tea." I'm like, okay, fine. We'll meet up for tea.
Well, you could get tea at a coffee place.
And I'm like, fine.
That's a moot point. You're going to go to a place and then order, and she's going to order coffee. You're going to order tea. What's the problem?
Do you like tea? And then he's like, do you like kissing? So I responded, and I was like,
you were talking to a 12-year-old in a trench coat.
So
you were talking to Vincent Adult Man for BoJack
and I had to lie. I was like, I hate tea and kissing. Bye. I hate both of those things right now. But that's
tea, kissing.
Ugh, gross. Like, get out of here.
For the birds.
Go back to middle school.
But it just escalates. And I'm like, I guess if these guys have like one shot, like, what's their success rate? Where they're like,
the success rate of that line?
Yeah.
Probably very low. I would assume very
they'll
low.
just send it to like 100 people, and then they'll hope like one says yes.
Yeah,
get something better than what do you think about kissing?
Yeah.
And tea.
But like he'd have a better chance if I'm like,
either.
let's get coffee. Like, hold that thought. Don't say like, no, I prefer tea. Just be like, yeah, I'll get coffee with you. And then like if we get to the place, then
just say, I'll go to a coffee place with you. What I order, who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Then you're keeping them guessing. Then you're mysterious.
Yeah, he surprises me by ordering tea while we're at the coffee shop. And then I'm like, maybe I like kissing, you know?
Yeah, he surprises you. This way, he's taking all the surprises out of it, and then he's saying, like, what do you think about kissing? It's all wrong.
Yeah.
It's all out of order.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that happens a lot. You know, I had another, and there's like a mom fetish, too. Like, guys, I know, it's gross. They love, or I try to drop that bomb, like, hey, here's something you won't like, where I'm like, hey, I have a kid, because most people don't like, but I'm not like looking for a father figure. Or,
so you're upfront about it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, I have a kid.
People who ain't up for that need not apply.
Yeah, like, she's number one, and if you don't like it, like, kick rocks. But this guy, I love moms. I'm like,
okay.
I'm like, you love your mom? He's like, no, I love moms. I love anybody who's a mom. I'm like,
you mean like it's the same tone as when somebody says I love dogs, and I'm like, what the fuck? What? That's just strange.
It's been
there's a difference between saying I love my dog and I'm a dog lover.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ew, yeah, I guess it could have been worse. He could have said I'm a mom lover.
I'm a mama's boy.
Oh god. No, there are a lot of them too.
I'm a mom lover.
Yeah, a lot of
Love
them
me
want
some moms.
So they're like somebody to take care of me. I'm like, oh, I already have somebody.
Yeah, Jack and I have talked about this. Like, guys kind of have to be more self-sufficient, but there's still like the guys that want a girlfriend to replace their mom.
Oh yeah,
which is pathetic on one level and super gross on another.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh yeah. Here's another one. This guy who was looking for money. He's like, my dog Max has a skin disease or situation. I think it might be staph. I don't know what that means, but I have to take him to the vet right now, and I really don't know what to do.
Did he have pictures of his dog's skin condition?
I was going to ask for pictures, but I was like, what if his dog really does have a skin condition?
Wait, say I'll give you them. I'll pay you for pics.
I'll Venmo you for dog pics.
I said dog pics. Dog pics. How did you?
Dick pics.
How did you mishear me? We're talking through text.
I'm like, I'll give you $20 if you bring your dog to me. Here's another one. Do you speak Spanish? Not you speak Spanish. Not do you speak Spanish?
Hablas español.
It just says you speak Spanish. I said nope. My mom.
Not even as a question.
No, you speak Spanish.
Statement.
And then I said nope. My mom didn't want my dad to teach us. Next line, you're horny.
And I love the emojis accompanying. Let's run through this, shall we?
Yeah.
It's a typo.
So
you're horny.
You're horny.
No, that's him being grammatically correct in his own mind. Let's just run through this, shall we? Let's do a dramatic reading. You speak Spanish, and then the stroking the chin like emoji, and then your response. Nope, my mom didn't want my dad to teach us. Sad emoji. You're horny. Once again, scratching the chin emoji, then crying, laughing emoji, then monkey covering its eyes emoji.
$100 sign cop.
And then your response, which I gotta say I love. I'm horny as often as I speak Spanish. Never.
Yeah.
I assume end of discussion.
End of discussion.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
Yeah.
No emojis needed.
No.
The emojis were implied.
Yeah. There was another. Oh my God, there's so many. It's so bad. It's just.
You're
bad.
horny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt.
Jack has a quote that I said he wants to give me a t-shirt of.
Yeah. We were just talking about how hot it was because it's the summer. It's hot and it's humid. And we're all sweaty. And I was just saying, like, yeah, I'm glad it's overcast today. It's still humid, but at least it's not as hot. And then Ian, in a stroke of brilliance, said, yeah, the sun does a lot of heat. And I want to get like a picture of him, like an old timey picture of him, like in
Midwest Depression photo.
in period costume, like in a nice suit, looking off into the distance, bushy mustache, like a 19th century philosopher, like Nietzsche or some shit. It's like, and then the quote underneath in nice calligraphy, just like the sun does a lot of heat. Ian Cairncross, 2018.
I'm gonna keep that. I'm like always hot, so now I know. And yeah,
now we know where it comes from.
God,
now we know where all that heat comes from.
So
It's the sun doing it.
Yeah.
Dang, I found
Doing all that heat.
the coffee and tea one.
All right.
That's,
All right, we're gonna do proper dramatic readings
I
here.
love the dramatic readings.
Oh, so like let's
Can you Donna narrator voice?
Let's share parts. All right, so you'll voice yourself. We'll just kind of hand this back and forth. All right. Question mark. What would you do when we meet up?
Question mark. Maybe coffee or grab a drink.
Yeah, I prefer tea. After that, what we gonna do? After that, what we gonna do? Do you like to kiss?
I hate tea and kissing. Sorry, this isn't gonna work.
Oh, that was my own addition. I ad-libbed that.
Yeah. You know a good line you could bring up in conversation when somebody says, "Oh, how's your weekend?" You say, "Oh, good. I was scrolling Facebook the entire time."
Yeah, it's I'm trying to think what else.
Oh my God.
There's so many of them. It's so bad. Just I met up with somebody. He had told me like maybe the height thing is I don't care about height, but I care about when they lie about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I put 5'9" in my
that's
profile.
lying.
Yeah.
That's a red flag.
It's lying.
Yeah.
You know, where I'm just like
it's not the thing that you lied
Yeah.
about. It's the fact that you lied. And I'm like, huh.
yeah. Like I don't tell anybody I'm tall. I don't tell anybody I'm skinny. I don't tell, I'm just like this is who I am. So I expect the same.
Don't tell anybody
like,
I'm smart.
So show up. This guy said he was like 5'11", so which I'm like, that's cool because I'm 5'4". I don't care,
And he was 12 feet tall.
He was like,
World's tallest.
that would have been great, No,
Health problems aside, I'm down.
He was like 5'6", totally like this hardcore guy. Like he was like into hardcore and like which is okay too. I don't care. And then he wanted to sit down and watch YouTube videos of like hardcore bands. And I had told him like, I'm not familiar with the scene. Like I'm not into it, but like whatever, dude. We're here. So
are we talking like a Atreyu or Gorilla Biscuits?
I am not the first one, and so he like goes to turn on Hulu or no, first it was Hulu. He wanted to watch something on Hulu and he's like, oh, I'm not getting paid. Like, can I have your Hulu password? I'm like, no, like I don't give out my Hulu password. And he's like, well, what about like Amazon Prime or Netflix? I'm like, no. So I'm assuming
you're not getting a free.
Yeah,
I don't
and,
give
like,
out passwords. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this.
And I had been talking to him for a while and he's like, come over, like I'll make dinner. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I went over, we hung out. Yeah, we hung out a few times and it was fine. Perfect. But except for the line about the height thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm at his
There's
house.
a discrepancy
Yeah.
there.
So I'm like, I can look past it. But then I get to his house and it's like the Hulu thing, the Amazon thing. I'm like, oh, this is like super weird. Like, I'm not feeling it. He's asking me for my password. So then we end up
And then
watching.
he's about to ask if you like kissing.
God. At least I would have been like face to face,
That sounds arguably weirder. Just looking at
Does
someone
it?
and be like, do you like kissing?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. See, it's weird.
Yeah.
That's why I
Even
don't do it
joking, I'm like, okay, bye.
That's why I don't do it anymore.
Oh, I always hate it. Always. So I'm like, okay, like we're gonna have dinner and sitting there watching all these hardcore videos on YouTube. And he's like, I'll be back. Like, do you want water? I'm like, sure. So waiting there, I'm getting hungry, like hangry at this point. And just like, ugh. And so I'm like, oh, maybe he's gonna cook dinner right now. It's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I'm like, oh, maybe
he pulls
we're gonna
out Hot
get
Pockets.
No, I wish. God, I was so freaking
dude.
hungry. Like some like pepperoni pizza.
If he'd pulled out Hot Pockets, you would have been in.
I would have been like, I love kissing.
I love kissing.
Don't kiss for Hot Pockets.
I love kissing.
We'll
People,
kiss for
Hot Pockets, whatever. I'll kiss anything.
God, we're coming up with so many good slogans here.
Future song titles.
Yeah, we'll kiss for Hot Pockets.
Brought to you by Hot Pockets.
And he was like, oh, hadn't offered water or anything. So I had to use the restroom. I'm like, oh, Kate, may I use your restroom? I was like, yeah, sure. So I got up. He's like, excuse me, my lady. Would you mind?
Oh, no, he didn't say.
My lady.
Wait, did he use the apostrophe, my
yes,
lady?
my lady.
Oh, boy.
He said, would you mind taking off your shoes? And I'm like, I don't feel comfortable taking off my
Your
shoes.
floor
and,
is gross.
yeah, a stranger's house, like, especially walking into a bathroom. Like, it was weird. I was wearing, like, sandals. I'm like, oh, no. I was like, actually, I do mind. Like, I like to keep my sandals or my shoes on.
There's nothing I can track in here that won't make this worse.
And he got upset. And he's just like, well, I have a no shoes policy. I'm like, but I've been wearing my shoes in your house. Like, I'm just walking
time.
10 feet
Now
to the
that
bathroom.
I go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
I have to take off my shoes.
So, yeah.
Only in the dirtiest room do you have to take off your
like,
shoes.
This is so gross. So I like went in there. I'm like, oh my God, like texting my friends, of course.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
that's what you do.
Yeah. Hey, guys, so many red
Yeah,
flags.
look through the medicine cabinet. He had like a bunch of like vitamins and stuff like that. I was like,
I thought for a split second, I thought you said Vicodin, and I was like, ooh, okay.
just like vitamins. And so I was like, all right, whatever, like nothing abnormal. Walked out, still no dinner, nothing. So he asked me if I wanted water. I said yes. I was sitting on the couch, and he comes out stark naked with a bottle of water. Yeah, I swear to God.
He did not pull the naked man.
Yeah, that's what we call him, naked guy. Yeah, it came out, and I'm like, shit. So took the water.
This?
Yeah, took the water. I'm like,
Pour it on him.
I said I need to use the
Pour
restroom
some
again.
Water on me.
Yeah, my friends were like, when I retold the story, they're like, why didn't you leave? And I'm like, I have this dumb thing in my head where I'm like, let's see where this goes. Like this is going to be.
Which is why people try that strategy. They hope that 1 out of every 100 will be like, let's see where this goes. Yeah. Let's see where this goes is the only way anything ever happens for them.
Yeah, he's like, oh, do you want to go to the bedroom? I said, no, I'm going to use the restroom again. It was like,
he's just staying naked this whole time.
Yeah, totally naked, and I'm just like not even.
So now he's
like,
just hanging out and hanging out.
Yeah. Well, kind of, not really, but
I mean, like,
that's
sticking out.
No, that was the other thing. It was like, whatever. I'm not a size queen.
It also wasn't 5'11".
No. No.
Damn, tell us how you really feel.
So yeah, I went and I was like, I'm gonna set an alarm. That way, setting the alarm, and my alarm at the time was like the old phone, like sound on the iPhone. So I'm like, if I set the alarm, then it'll ring. It'll sound like I have a phone call. I can fake my phone call my way out of here in like
classic.
2 minutes. So, which is a good move. If you're ever set the timer, make sure that your timer has like a
something
phone
ringtone-y.
alert. Yeah, and then pick it up. You have your fake phone call, and you can get out of there because it's always going to be an emergency.
Of course.
So I went.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. My friend, he the top of a match flew off and burned his lower lip. I gotta go help him.
Facebook Hangouts call right now.
Yeah, my friend sat on his Ray-Bans. I gotta go.
Oh shit! Never mind. It's an emergency. Please go. Hurry.
Yeah,
your friend
I
needs
understand.
you.
Yeah, totally. So walked out of the bathroom, like looking for him. Just like I'm like, hey, I even forgot his name. That's pretty bad.
Probably for the best.
We just call him
Hardcore
Naked Guy. Naked Guy.
Naked Guy is sufficient.
Yeah, and he's like, Brandon. That was his name, Brandon.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Hardcore Naked Small Man.
Yes, that's accurate.
All right. So anyway, you were in Hardcore Naked Small Man's apartment.
Yeah, walked out of the bathroom, like Brandon, calling for him. He's like, I'm in here. He's on the bed, just like going at it, and I'm like, okay, like standing in the
going at it.
Yeah, just and here's the thing. It's like I said, not a size queen, but it was like 2 fingers just furiously, and I'm like, okay.
Oh,
and
wait,
so,
he was. Oh
yeah,
no.
and like furiously, and I'm just kind of standing in the doorway, and he's like, yeah, do you think you could take this? And I like laughed.
I'm sure I could, but should? That's a different question.
I laughed, and he's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like,
you cannot go all out after pulling the naked man when the other person hasn't even removed an article of clothing.
Not even my shoes.
Not even shoes. You didn't even go that far, and he's going.
This guy's pulling a Louis C.K.
He's leaning that far into naked man, which is already an insane gambit.
Yeah.
And you haven't shown any sign
nothing.
that you're into it.
And
that's just embarrassing yourself, really.
I was just trying to stay like straight face, just like do not give this guy
I'm going to laugh
anything.
so much about this later, but right now I got to hold it together.
After I get a burrito.
Now, I don't want to be murdered.
No, that. I was like, I'm really hungry.
If he pulls this strategy, then who knows what else he's going to do.
Yeah. So he's like, why are you laughing? I'm like, I just have never been asked that
really
question
funny.
before, and then phone goes off. And of course it's my brother. I'm like, oh, it's my brother. He's at my house. I thought I left the key for him. I didn't. I got to go. And he's just like, okay, bye. Like never stops. And I'm like, okay, bye.
You're still doing the jerking gesture, which
Yeah.
all right, go.
No, but it's the two fingers.
Yeah, and then like next he pulls up Pornhub or something.
Oh,
It's
God.
like he's flicking a Polaroid.
Yeah. And I just left and then got a burrito and went home and just texted everybody I knew to tell them. And then you know what the red flag should have been, aside from after the lying.
Like, red flags.
He told me that he went out. He said, we have a mutual friend. I said, oh, we do. And this was before all that.
I tried this with her too.
No, I asked her. She said, no, he was a perfect gentleman. I'm like, well, don't go out with him again.
Okay, then.
I said, let me tell you what happened. I said, he did tell me he went out with you. And he said nothing happened. She's like, well, that's a lie. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what he told me. So yeah, that was I was reminded of all these people that I had been like seeing and talking to. Kirsten brought it up. They were both like, this is all so traumatic. You like blocked it from your head. I'm like, yeah, I could only think of the most recent one. Met this guy and he was cool because he wasn't in like the circle, like the circle of friends in our, it's like so small and everybody knows everybody and everybody, like it's hard to find somebody to talk to who doesn't know a friend of yours, like, or somebody you know in a band or artist or whatever. So when I was able to find somebody who...
Yeah, like there's only so many people in San Diego with the same music taste.
Yeah. And so like I met this person and, good looking, great, perfect. We knew of the same people, but we didn't have any mutual friends, which was awesome. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like he doesn't know people I know. I don't know anybody he knows. We just kind of we've been around the same people and we've been in the same places at the same time, but have never talked. So we hung out for a while. He had a son. I like ended up meeting his son, which is kind of weird. I never really introduced my daughter to anybody I'm seeing. Just because I don't want her to form a bond with anybody.
Which is probably a smart move.
Yeah. So she was around for a couple times because I was just like, oh, whatever, this is kind of progressing nicely. He had like a weird temper flare up and I'm pretty cool. Like when I've like pretty even keeled, like I don't deal with people who have tempers or stuff like that. Like I can't handle it. I'm just like, I'm done.
It's fucking stressful.
Yeah. So he like had this like weird flare up and we kind of, he wanted to work it out. And I said, look, I'm going on a road trip to see my parents. I said, we can either talk about this when I get back in 3 days, or you can go with me on a 2-hour road trip and we can talk about it. And I wanted him to say like, oh, hell no, I'm leaving, but he was like, I'll go with you on that road trip.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
like,
go.
fuck.
Let's be in a tin can for 2 hours and then 2 hours on the way back.
Yeah. And we did, and it was
Let's
fine.
stop at gas stations in the Inland Empire.
We did. Oh, we did. Yeah. And then I was upset because he was like one of those people who like had to use the restroom like every half hour.
Oh,
and
train
I'm
your
like,
bladder, man. Come on.
I'm like, go now, and then in 2 hours when we're stopping wherever we need to be, or when I run out of gas.
Don't drink 3 bottles of water right when we get back in the car.
Yeah. And
Foolishness.
I was really upset. But anyway, we hashed it out. It was fine. Came back. Ended up going out one night. And we met up with a bunch of friends of mine. One of my best friends came down from LA. I've known him for like 20 years. And this guy, we were, like I said, hanging out. I introduced him to a friend of mine. And he asked her, like, do you mind if I kiss you on the cheek? And she said, I do mind. I would prefer if you didn't. So he starts getting upset, talking about how she's insulting him and insulting his culture and his customs. And I'm like,
you went to all the trouble to ask permission and then not respect the answer.
Exactly.
Dude, that's like some toddler behavior.
Yeah.
Like when you say like, I said please, and then she didn't give me the thing, so now I took it. I'm like, no, you asked. She said no. That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's why you asked, dipshit.
Yeah. So he
except I don't call kids dipshit. Most of the time.
And he like threw a fit. He like storms out of the bar, and I was like, I'm not gonna chase him, but I walked out because I was embarrassed, because my friend is just like, what the hell's going on? Yeah. I'm like, dude, what's your problem? And he's like, she's insulting me. She's like offending me and my culture. I'm like, you keep talking about this. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, like, you know, like I'm Mexican. I'm like, yeah, but like, no, you can't force what you say is your culture on like somebody else. Like she said, no, you asked her, you knew. So he's like, I'm walking home. I was like, okay, bye. You know, like go. I'm going to go back inside and dance with my friends. So my phone was on Do Not Disturb. He later on, I look, you know, I have 20 something text messages and I'm like, hey, you know what? I said, you're kind of drunk. Like, we'll revisit this tomorrow when, and my ex-husband always said I know how to say the wrong words at the right time. So I was just like, oh, like, we'll talk about this when you're sober and can be rational. Which, yeah, probably not the best thing to say.
And I'm assuming he reacted super well to
that. He said, fuck you, you cunt.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was like, which I had never been, I'm sure people have said it, but like nobody has said it to my face. So I'm like, oh, okay. So, you know, automatic block. I blocked him and I'm like, I'm done. Like, you're done. Like, I hope you get hit by a car.
My friend Shane, he would throw around
the hang out with Glenn and James. See what happens.
My friend Shane, he would throw around the word cunt like way too loosely, and he offended like female coworkers all the time.
I actually had a shipmate when I was working on the boat. Like when we were in Boston, we would like run it as a hostel. Like we would have beds and like we would rent them out for like $60 a night. And so like we have people coming and going on the boat at night, and so we're all of us, the crew, are all just hanging out in the galley, just drinking because the day's over. And somebody like sticks their head through, like a guest, and it turns out he's Australian. And one of my shipmates just starts calling him a cunt.
Oh, jeez.
Because, you know, it's in Australia, it's very casually used. Yeah. It's not a big deal. But I'm just like, hey, you can't just be calling our guests cunts to their face.
Yeah.
And she's like, dude, chill. He's from Australia. They say that all the time. I don't care. I know that, and I don't care.
It's not professional.
Yeah.
She was not professional.
Yeah. No, this guy was from North Park, so he's
not Australian.
Not Australian. So I blocked him.
Yeah. If an Australian person says "fuck you, cunt," I'll be like, all right, we're gonna be hanging out tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go get some drinks.
It's all good.
Yeah. So we we're on our way home, you know, the bar closed, and my friend said, oh, he left his car in your driveway. And I'm like, oh, shit. You know, I'm like, well, he's way too drunk to come get it. And I know he's not going to take, like, you know, he's not going to be able to get it. Like, it'll probably be gone in the morning. Because I know if I messed up like that, I would be sure to get my car out of that driveway before the other person woke up.
Fucking covert operation.
Get it out of there.
Go in, get low, get it the fuck out.
I'd call AAA. I'd be like, go get my car. Like,
go get my car.
Something.
Call a friend who's in the area.
Exactly.
Hey, go get my car. Here's where the hide key is.
Exactly. Like, get my car. So one day goes by, 2 days. You know, he's still on block.
Still there?
A week. The car is still there.
Jesus Christ.
The car... Long story short, the car was there for a month and a half.
Oh my God. How did he not notice his car was gone?
My dad, I told my dad, and my dad was like, I don't want you to say anything. Like, don't tow it because the guy knows your living situation and he doesn't sound very stable. So I want, like, don't tow it. So I'm like, well, can't I have AAA tow it? He's like, they won't tow it if it's not your car. And I'm like, well, what if I like lie and say it is my car and I don't have the keys, but I have to tow it to the car dealership, and then I can like text the guy and just tell him like, hey, your car's on like, you know, Mossy Nissan in National City.
Or you
like,
just put it in a Walmart parking lot.
I was actually going to put it in the CVS in North Park on, what is that, 32nd? Because that's right around the corner from his house. And be like, I put like $1 in the parking, like pay for parking. Like you have like 30 minutes to
like,
go
get your car. It's going to expire.
Yeah, but still couldn't be like a total dick about it where I'm like, I kind of paid for your parking just a little bit.
Be a little bit of a dick about it. I think you've earned it. He's left it there for a month.
Yeah. And I was like in the process of selling my house. So my friends were like, what are you going to do? Like tell him it comes with the car. So finally it was just like, look,
tell them that.
They'll turn his car with the house.
They'll turn it into a stylish guest house.
Yeah, the granny flat. You know, like
we'll just like weld 3 cars together and put a bed in it.
Oh my God. Yeah. So finally I was just like, I would hate to have your car towed. Like, please come get it. And he's like, yeah, I can't afford an Uber right now to get it. So I'm going to try to get a friend to take me or my mom. I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, another week. And I was just like, I'm going to have your car towed if it's not gone by Tuesday. Like, I really don't want to do this, but I'm going to. And then finally he's like, okay, I'll be there. So I had to like split because I didn't want to see him or anything, but that was the last one. And so that was the only one I could remember because it was still like semi-fresh, but that's kind of how it's been. So I'm like, this is not good. So I'm like, there's nothing for me out there. But I mean, the crush list is long, but aside from that, you know.
I've pretty much given up dating since my last relationship.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. No, I went on a lot of dates. You know, it was just, I was on a date 3 weeks ago, but the guy said that he was intimidated by my confidence.
Oh.
And I was like, I gotta go.
That's such a weird lame thing to say.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Like the only guy I did meet I was by chance. I just moved to Bankers Hill, so I like walked up to a coffee shop and it was crowded, and this guy sat down and we were talking, and he was asking me about relationships. He asked me if I was married because I have a ring on my ring finger, but it's usually on my middle finger. Unless my fingers swell up, then I have to move it, and my fingers are like permanently swollen right now. So because it's so hot. So he thought I was married. I'm like, oh, I'm not married, you know. And he told me that his goal was to meet somebody with whom he could split a New Yorker subscription. And I was like, that's amazing.
We have a New Yorker subscription somehow. They may be
odd
free.
Specific goal.
But that was his thing because it's expensive. So it was like, hey, and I left. I was like, oh, well, good luck with that. And left. And I was like, man, like I could have I don't know if I would have been able to fake a relationship.
I could have read the New Yorker.
Yeah,
wow.
for like a year.
I mean, like at least, does the New Yorker have crossword puzzles?
It does.
All right, then you could at least do the crossword
or
puzzles.
online. Online.
You could like read the first paragraph of every article. So
just enjoy the covers; they're neat.
Yeah, if you have because I ended up getting like the 12-week for what is it, $6 or whatever. I just wanted the tote, and you have access to like a crossword puzzle, which is kind of cool. Oh, nice. But I'm like, but I don't think I could fake a relationship for a year to have like a New Yorker subscription. And he wasn't willing to like not have a relationship.
So is it serious? Well, we just went in together on a New Yorker subscription.
That's huge.
So I'm in this thing for at least a year.
Hey, when you're in your 30s, like that's a big deal.
Are you moving in together? No. We're not doing that. We're way past that. We're getting a New Yorker subscription together. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He practically proposed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And I was like, God, this is such like a Bankers Hill thing. Like probably like it seemed even the we have a prowler in our neighborhood right now.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, he's jumping on top of rooftops to stare into windows, and the description of him was so funny. It was just
pervert Batman.
It was like 6'1" Caucasian male with blonde hair, wears khakis and a button up.
So an IT guy is prowling the rooftops at night
at Bankers Hill. Yeah, I was like, this is how crime is here. This is weird. This is very different from Oak Park.
This is crime, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, we get like a ton of military helicopters. Occasionally, the police helicopters calling out suspect.
Oh yeah, they'll circle the neighborhood for a couple hours. Saying,
we're
looking for a white male, early 30s.
Yeah, I lived in Oak Park, so everybody was like always robbing like Popeyes or Subway, but I loved it there. It was so much fun.
Yeah, we used to have like a lot of car break-ins in this neighborhood. Yeah. Like our family here, we had F-150 stolen. Yep. And it was found like stripped down to bare bones in Mexico.
Wait, they found it? I always just heard that like we assumed that was what happened. They actually found the bones.
We heard nothing for like a month or two, and then like some identifying plate or something was still there.
Yeah. And
like it got reimbursed with insurance. It just sucked to lose that truck. It sucked to lose a kayak in the back too.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah. And my dad's fishing backpack, which also had his work laptop in it.
Oh.
So all that shit was gone.
My Nintendo DS was picked out of a car that they either broke in or we forgot to lock.
Wait.
Yeah. The Saturn got broken into.
Yeah.
I don't get that though. Like people don't lock their cars, and then you weren't shocked that it was stolen if you didn't lock it, right?
Yeah.
Like. Yeah. Yeah, because that happens.
Yeah, we filed a report when it was locked and they broke in.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's what I like about the Nextdoor app. Like,
I have that too.
Where they're like,
I'm looking out for the neighborhood. So like this neighborhood is safer now. Like I know,
thanks to us.
Well, I knew where the thieves were. There was like a crack house a few streets down.
Oh geez.
So they're either in prison or they moved.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then there was
there's less crime now.
There was the SWAT standoff right across the alley. Have we talked about that on the podcast yet?
We did on the second Diego episode.
Oh, right.
Oh, Diego's been on here twice?
Well, I mean, there was so much shouting in that one. I feel like the story barely got across.
Yeah, like, there was a disconnect in that room. We were all on our own thing.
There was a lot of shouting.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Just could not it's mostly incomprehensible. It's funny in its own way.
Since you haven't heard that episode, we could retell it.
Yeah, we could retell it more coherently.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. So, right across the alley here, there's all these shoebox houses, and one of them, the one on the very end, it used to be. It wasn't a married couple. It was a boyfriend and girlfriend who had 2 kids, and they would fight constantly and very loudly, and it is sort of like a big echo chamber. It's like built like an amphitheater back here.
You hear things thrown in the house.
Oh my god!
So we heard all of it, and the thing is, I sleep right up there on the northwest corner of the house, usually with my window open, especially in the summer. Like this was last summer. This was about a year ago, and I would wake up every morning around 6:30 or 7, hearing them going at it that early in the morning, just shouting at each other right across the way. And then I would look over and I would see like one of them like come out onto the balcony, or one of them like run down to the driveway to like get in his truck and leave. And I'd have to pretend like I was still asleep so they couldn't tell. But like at that point, you should not be surprised that the neighborhood's looking at you and do shit like that.
Yeah.
But then, one time they were going at it like on and off, like an hour off, and then they'd go at it for another 20 minutes, like from like sundown all the way to like 10 o'clock.
Oh my god.
And then at 11:30, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I just hear bang. And I just fucking hit the deck. I'm like, oh, I know what that was.
Oh my god.
And then there's nothing else. And so I run downstairs to Ian. I'm like, did you fucking hear that?
Yeah. So we turn on the police scanner.
Yeah.
Oh, you have one?
Oh, but the crazy thing...
Website.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Broadcastify.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is like what I heard about 10 seconds after the gunshot. Like I'm still hanging out on the floor. And then I just hear from across the alley, where's my fucking phone? And then somebody gets in a truck and takes off, and we're just both like, that was a fucking gunshot. And then the police show up. There's helicopters. There's cars blocking off every way in and out of the house.
Wow.
And then
SWAT standoff.
SWAT starts showing up. They're circling the place. And we're hearing all of this on the police scanner, like them just talking to each other.
Stalemate for hours.
Yeah. They were saying like, yeah, we're on the phone with this guy. He says that he's armed, and that if anybody tries to come in, he's going to shoot them or shoot himself. Probably both.
Oh my god.
Thankfully, the girlfriend and the kids both like got out and took refuge like a couple doors down. So they were
we
they
heard
were
he
safe.
had 12 guns, including semi-autos.
Yeah, he had an AR-15.
Yeah.
But like when it started, like in like the first hour, we would hear him like crying a lot and like going on these nonsensical rants like, oh, I'm not a good person.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah,
I shouldn't be laughing.
I mean, a little bit.
Tragedy and comedy.
Nobody died.
Yeah,
so
that's good. We can laugh. Okay, good.
Yeah. So eventually, did he surrender, or did they just decide to go in?
He surrendered at like 4 a.m. I stayed up that late.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I need to actually sleep now. I'm gonna sleep on the opposite side of the house so that I don't get in and strays by my sleep.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then like I'm guessing he went to jail for a while. He came back and then they moved.
Oh
away.
yeah.
Wait, she stayed with him?
As far as I know, they moved away together.
Oh no.
I saw them all packing.
Yeah, we
the
were
same
hoping
truck.
like she was gonna like finally leave.
Oh, that's sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
What can you do?
Yeah, like there was another incident like maybe a week prior to this where like I heard her yelling at him, "This is the last fucking time. If you like do this again, I'm leaving you." But she didn't.
Oh.
And then week later, gunshot and jail time.
Oh
and
my gosh.
They left together.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Yep. That sucks.
That's what happens when a guy asks, "Do you like to kiss?" and you say yes.
I hate kissing. I hate it.
I hate it.
I have never kissed.
I
because
never
I
will.
hate it so much.
I'll tell you what. I've never kissed. I've never drank tea. I've never spoke Spanish, and I've never been horny.
Exactly. You've just summed up my whole entire existence.
This is your new Tinder bio.
Just that.
Damn, well, it's good because all it says is passionate right now. So
I'm passionate. I'm passionate about passion.
yeah, yes, there was somebody who said they were passionate about passion, and
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, passionate about passion.
So on Tinder, I realized like you could put a Spotify like favorite songs. So I put like Mersbo Woodpecker number 2. So if anybody follows it, they'll just be like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, I stopped using Tinder.
Love as a battlefield.
Nice. Yeah, I stopped.
I delete it like 3 weeks into my account every time.
I met the car guy the guy who left his car. I met him on Tinder, and I was like, "That's it. Like, never again."
The concept of like actually meeting people on Tinder is so alien to me because like it's never happened with me on Tinder. It's just short conversations that peter out and go nowhere.
Yeah,
and then people wanting my credit card number or wanting me to follow them on Instagram.
Yeah,
it's those two, and that's it.
I've had OkCupid dates, no Tinder dates. Tinder, I got sent nudes without asking.
That happens a lot. Yeah, Bumble too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bumble is like a bunch of old guys named like Remington
and
Chad.
Speaking of old guys, all right. Back when I was like a young, fresh-faced dumbass, and I still gave a shit about my OkCupid account. This was like, I guess they changed it, but like it used to be that you would be able to like see who was looking at your profile.
Right.
Like you would get a notice every time somebody looked at it and like, hey, here's this person.
They don't tell you the likes unless you pay for it.
Yeah, they don't tell you the likes, but they will. They did used to show you exactly who was looking at your profile and when. And so I started getting checked out a lot, and I mean like repeatedly, by an elderly man who his username was Romance Time. And like his profile picture was like very clearly like an old man taking his first selfie. Like it was just him with like an awkward, like tight smile,
like from too low.
And his glasses from too low, and his face is like is like scrunched into the frame, and it's just like it's what I assume his face looks like when he's looking at my profile. And like seriously, it was like once a day for about.
I had that like mental image.
It was about once a day or every other day for about 3 months.
Oh,
same time.
Did you block him?
Man.
No, I was curious to see how long he kept it up.
Let's just see where this goes.
Get the story.
But I wasn't in the room with the guy. In fact, if his profile was to be believed, he was from Tampa, Florida. Which means. Like, usually you set it within, like, a certain number of miles.
Yeah.
So, Romance Time is cast in a wide net.
He has a lot of love to go
I'm pretty
around.
much straight, but I put my profile on bisexual just to see what guys are out there.
Yeah.
It's never
nothing.
good.
It's
We're
trash.
We're
it's
all
trash.
sewer
Guys are
mutants.
trash.
We are
Everybody's
all
trash.
sewer mutants.
Everybody is trash. I hear from other friends, my male friends who are dating, they're just like, women are so mean. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, why? Like, I just don't get
some of
it.
them are.
Yeah, I have a friend who he'll watch me, go through profiles, and he's like appalled because I know what I like. I know what I, I see certain things, and I'm like, nope.
That's literally what Tinder's designed for.
And he hates
just to
it.
say yep or no.
Yeah, he's like, you don't read anything. And I said, I'm reading things, and
I'm reading them when they
just
catch
like
my
swipe,
interest.
and then if you match, then you read it.
Yeah, and I'm like, I see things, and if I see the word passionate, if I see, there are a lot of people, if they go to the school of hard knocks, I'm like,
no,
like, we're not doing
Went
that.
to Hogwarts.
Actually, I might be. I'm like, well, what are you? Like, like Hufflepuff. I'm like, all right.
Or the
mind.
Facebook profile one from Hell Norway.
Oh yeah,
The people who are trying to be edgy.
Yeah, I've seen. I'm trying to think what else. It's pretty bad. But Bumble is probably worse than. Well, no, Tinder's trash, but. My friend.
It's like Bumble more focused on a certain like age group.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It seems like a lot of people are more like career oriented. It's more of a networking thing.
Oh yeah, I remember like there's like the option for like dating or networking.
Yeah,
so
and
like
there's another
which
one
means
like
keep them separate.
Yeah,
if you choose the dating thing, then it shouldn't still be networking.
Yeah, they are separate, but a lot of people on there are looking to network. But it's a lot of people, like a lot of people on there where I'm just like, oh, like they're like a lot of physicians, a lot of I don't know, maybe they're all lying, but a
lot
of physicians with tigers and
everybody, and I'm just like, oh,
lots of physicians with bands of money.
Wanderlust. Everybody is just like,
hey, doctors.
Everybody's
doctors
a world
make
traveler.
money.
Everybody,
been to Canada.
They're like, if you don't have a valid passport, I'm like, well, shit, mine like expired when I was like, 22. Like, sorry, it'll never work out.
I have on my profile that I've been to every part of the world that looks like Southern California. Want to see the pics?
Yeah, it's been.
I only go to Starbucks in every city I visit.
Hey, let me tell you, no matter where you go in the world, you always have to try the local Starbucks and the local McDonald's.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, actually, maybe.
It's
I don't know.
so impressive how it's the exact same anywhere you go.
Not in Italy though. Their hash browns have onions in them.
What?
Yeah.
To Italy.
Spain McDonald's was different too.
Yeah.
There was a group of teenagers too who I could describe their style as 1980s American.
Oh, cool. Nice.
They had like all the new wave band shirts and like Rubik's cubes and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what? I stand corrected. There are actually a lot of differences in other countries with McDonald's. For example, in France, you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese?
Oh, God.
Easy setup.
No, what do they call it?
Yeah, I think like India has like some special items at their McDonald's too.
Ooh, do they have a curry Big Mac?
Yeah, I think they do.
What?
Oh, fuck, I gotta try that.
Or they incorporate curry, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I know that
hope so.
Burger King in Germany uses Miracle Whip, and it was disgusting.
Yeah. On the burgers?
On the burgers. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I went to a Burger King in the train station. We were obviously going on the train, and
no,
I know, weird, right? I took a bite and I ended up just like throwing up on the train station. Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Is that a thing in Germany?
Oh yeah.
Is putting whipped cream on meats a thing in Germany?
It's so gross. Miracle Whip. Oh, what is Miracle Whip? What did I say? Did I say Cool Whip?
No, I missed.
Okay.
I always hear Miracle Whip and think that it's like whipped cream.
It's gross.
It's just like some kind of weird whipped mayonnaise.
I don't know.
Right?
People in Texas like it a lot.
Yeah,
I know that.
I've heard like in Baja they put like mayo and hot sauce on corn.
Oh yeah. No, that's bomb though. It's so good.
Yeah,
I love
thing.
this.
It's
Like amazing. Yeah. I never liked it. I was like always anti any of that, and then I was like, oh, I might as well just try it because I like all the things.
Sounds good to me.
It's delicious.
I mean, I like mayo applied in certain ways. Just cold mayo is fucking disgusting.
Have you seen that mayo ice cream?
What?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a thing.
Is it like mayo flavored, or does it have chunks of frozen mayo floating?
They
in it?
use mayo and they mix it. But if you think about it, like mayo is what, eggs and oil, and like the custard has, or for ice cream has like eggs. You know, so I
kind of get it on that.
Yeah.
On that level, I get it, but they were wondering whether or not they could do something. They didn't stop to ask whether or not they should.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks pretty gross though. Like when they're like shoveling the mayo like into the mixture.
Cold mayonnaise, everything about it is disgusting, from the sound it makes to the way it looks to the way it tastes.
Yeah.
I like
the texture.
I like putting mayo on regular sandwiches. What's gross to me is mayo on a hot dog.
Oh, I love mayo on a hot dog.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Moody's at St. Paul's, that's what ruined it for me because their hot dogs went
Or a hot link. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but like when I make a grilled cheese, instead of using like butter on the bread, I use mayo on the bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is bomb.
Yeah.
That's that sort of thing, like applying it in certain
it's a
ways.
Game changer.
I really like it.
Yeah.
It's better than butter when used in that way.
It is.
And like when it's on corn with seasonings and shit
like
that.
It's delicious.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Just a spoonful of mayo going whack onto some food. I'm like, oh.
And everybody I know hates it. Like everybody,
it's
like
so
every partner I've had, like they hate mayo.
Yeah.
Like they hate. I don't like mustard. I'm not a mustard person. I wish I liked it. Like mustard looks like it would be good.
I like deli mustard. I don't like the like bright yellow stuff as much.
Yeah, like it looks good, but I can't. I just can't, and I don't. It bothers me that I don't like it.
Recently took a liking to mustard after hating it for a really long time.
Yeah, like if it's on a pastrami or something, it's fine. You know, if it's on, I'm not gonna like, you know, oh, take it back. That's not me, but I would never put some like mustard on anything.
Yeah,
like
I think the thing that like finally opened me up to mustard was like I made honey mustard chicken one time. Yeah, and like just mix mustard and a shit ton of honey and seasonings, and then just throw that shit in the oven, and it's super good.
Yeah, I went vegan for like a month. Which I had to stop because it was part of the reason I ended up with shingles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I decided to.
Yeah, I know people who have ended up like vitamin D or iron deficient.
Yeah. Well,
like anemic from vegan.
I decided to go vegan and like, you know, work out more and like really ramp up my vitamin intake and like all this and like kind of really kind of quit drinking and smoking and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to like do it. And
3 weeks later,
I ended up with shingles. I was like, oh, I have like a weird bump. You know, and then I was like, oh, it's like kind of like a rash almost. And then I went to the doctor like, oh yeah, you have shingles. And they're like, what have you done recently? Have you like changed your lifestyle?
Have you done?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I went vegan. And he's like,
no.
He did. He was like, oh yeah, you probably stressed out your body. I'm like, so am I just like destined to be like fucking overweight and eat cheeseburgers for the rest of my life? And he's like, well, for right now, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. You got to go all in. Yeah. None of this vegan crap. It's going to kill you.
Like,
I've been gluten-free since 2009. Found out I had celiac disease. I had a lot of vegan friends, too. Like, we catered them for dinner here. We'll always make sure there's, like, vegetables if we know they're coming over.
Yeah.
I figured out a way to make, like, vegan French toast.
Yeah.
I just made like pasta with a cheese sauce made from cashews, and that came out like really good.
Yeah.
I was pretty excited about it. Like I couldn't tell. My daughter was pretty stoked about it.
Yeah, we make pies with like ground up almond crust.
And
how is that? Because I bake
almonds
a lot.
And butter, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
just bake it.
Yeah, I bake a lot, but
it's a little more crumbly than traditional pie crust, but it still comes out pretty good.
Yeah, sometimes like it's easier just to buy the gluten-free pie crust and then put the filling in.
I feel like it would be really good with like a peach pie.
It probably would. I think we've made peach pie before, or like a cobbler of sorts with that kind of crust.
That kind of crust sounds really good.
Yeah, it works really well.
With butter or coconut oil? Butter?
I think
butter. Usually.
I think butter like holds together better, but like, yeah.
Do you guys bake a lot?
Not as much recently, but yeah.
Yeah, well, we do a lot of home cooked meals in general. Like we don't eat out that much because like my mom and I have to eat gluten free. My mom has more dietary restrictions too.
Yeah, I have some too, but I was like, yeah, that steak looked amazing earlier.
Yeah, like we learned pretty early on with like going gluten free that you really need to supplement because like gluten free alternatives to like the regular foods like cereal, bread, and such.
Yeah,
they're not fortified in the same ways that you're used to.
Okay.
So like you got to add the vitamins back in, supplements, and like eat certain vegetables to get them.
Yeah, I have it's like polycystic ovarian syndrome, so it's like a hormone thing.
Oh
that's
yeah,
just
I've heard of that.
It's hell. It like wreaks havoc on your body. Like it's like in order to improve the symptoms, you have to lose weight. But hey, guess what? Your body's working against you, so you can't. And like you find out you're like deficient in like D's, amino acids, B's, like everything.
Yeah,
and then
I supplement like vitamin D at bedtime. I take magnesium malate, glycine, vitamin C, a few others too.
Yeah, I had to take like a bunch of stuff. And so I was vegetarian for about 10 years. My daughter was vegetarian for the first like 9 years of her life, and then she wanted to know what a chicken nugget tasted like. So I had to like call her dad.
Good reason.
She wanted to know what bacon tasted like and a chicken nugget. And
Girls
so
got her priorities.
I called her dad and I'm like, hey, Sasha like wants to eat like meat. Like, he's...
This should be a father-daughter moment.
No, he's been vegetarian for 26 years. So...
Jesus.
Yeah, he was like, well, what's up to you? And I was told I couldn't be vegetarian or I couldn't have soy. They were like, no soy, no carbs, dairy's even bad.
Yeah,
but I'm
my
like,
mom and I have
cheese
like
too
tried
much.
removing soy too. I think my mom still has to like keep it out.
Yeah. And cheese, it's like so hard and to give up. I love it way too much.
It's too good and in too many things I like.
Yeah. And I'm like, how do I give up cheese? It's been an issue. I gave up cheese and bread, dairy and bread for like 2 weeks, and people were like, please like eat a piece of toast, because I was in such a bad mood. I had like the worst headache. It was awful.
Yeah, when my first week like gluten free, I went like full cold turkey instead of like easing into it, and like I almost fainted at school. Like vision went black, and like I lost so much weight when I first went gluten free. Like it wasn't healthy. Like I got down to 115 pounds.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And
was
then like
scary.
as an adult, I started like putting the weight back on.
Yeah. Wow. So like if you drink, like you just stick to like liquor and like cider, or
pretty much. Yeah, there's gluten free beer, but like that's at grocery stores, not bars, really.
Oh, okay. Like what's a gluten free beer?
Red Bridge, Omission. I think there's a few other smaller ones.
I've never heard of any of these.
I just like that the beer that excludes all the wheat and gluten is called Omission.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what they should have called O'Doul's.
Yeah, so liquor, vodka, can drink tequila, but I swore off tequila.
I've heard.
I like
that before.
Hennessy too.
Oh my god, dang!
Man, you're gonna make some great
I
rap
could
videos.
drink I could drink like some whiskeys. Like some of them are like too heavy on the gluten. Like
whiskey.
technically it's distilled out, but like it still bothers my stomach.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have to interject and say, the only thing that would make that guy with talking into the stack of money better is if in the other hand he was holding a bottle of Hennessy.
Yes, that's the rap cover.
That is the rap
That
cover.
would have been.
After that album drops, rap is canceled.
Oh, I know. That guy, you need to use him for something. He's not going to know. What was his name again? We're not going to ever see him.
It was something unique. So
Yeah, it
he'll
was something
probably
good.
know
It was
we're
something
talking
good.
about it.
Well, I don't know. He probably doesn't.
Stacks with the S's as
Stacks.
dollar signs.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to, I had
No.
so many.
Yeah.
It was like-
S $ stacks and then it's an X at the end. Or better yet, stacks $ and then at the end it's 3 X's.
And the 100 emoji is part of his name.
Stacks 100. The 100 is silent.
that picture. I'm never gonna get rid of that.
Have it framed, for God's sake.
I should. Yeah,
Are you sure you want this blown up so much? It's already pretty pixelated. Blow it up and put it in a frame.
I should. Yeah, I'm trying to think of there was another one that I wanted to show you that was pretty funny. Yeah, I did find somebody who was interesting. They were into like aquascaping.
What?
Aquascaping. It's I forgot what it's called in Japanese, but it's like you make like an underwater forest. Like it's pretty like time consuming, but there's like an art to it.
Like seaweed or like trees underwater?
Trees, like trees and moss and shrimp. It's like really pretty. And I got into it. My coworker got into it. And I made fun of him for, a good 2-3 days. And then he started like telling me about these YouTube videos. And then my boyfriend at the time bought like a really nice TV. And so he went out and I was at his house and I started looking at all these like aquascape videos. And I ended up like going down the aquascape hole.
Oh,
and like that was like my thing for like 2-3 weeks was like watching these aquascape videos. He got into it for a little bit and like that's what I would go to sleep to. And like I was like, ask my coworker about his shrimp, and he's like, well, you talk shit. And I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm still gonna talk shit. Like didn't want him to know that. But like,
tell me more.
I was so
I can talk shit about it.
So I found like 2 or 3 guys who were like that was their thing on Tinder, and I was like, that's kind of cool. So I don't know if that's a thing, but
it is now.
Yeah. So I'm
curious like how bad my YouTube history is. It's a lot of DIY videos.
Mine's pretty much my daughter looking up stuff on my phone. Yeah. So she's looking at like makeup tutorials. She's not even allowed to wear makeup, but like she looks up that stuff. Or
some people like find those videos relaxing just to watch somebody do makeup.
She watches that, or she watches like these families who like film their stupid kids like doing boring stuff all day. Like I don't know, they find it interesting.
DIY cassette printing session. How to recycle HDPE plastic the easy way. Live video shot. How to make your Mac run faster. I don't have a Mac. Short film from
Why did you watch that? You have a PC. This is a 100% PC household. Why did you watch that?
I just wanted to remind myself of some stuff because Bradley wants me to fix his MacBook.
Oh, right.
I told you about that.
Yeah.
Henry Rollins, Critical Conversations. Guy with cornrows eats corn while listening to corn.
Okay.
Oh my God! Wait.
All right, that one's good. Okay. That is some quality educational content.
I like.
Have you seen that one?
No,
I'll pull up the video.
Yeah,
Let's
please
watch
do.
it right
Nick
now.
Offerman, paddle your own canoe. Google Talk.
Oh yeah.
All right, there it is.
No.
So this is what Riff Raff is up to now. Oh, he had to sell his grill. That's too bad.
Oh my gosh.
He just keeps on eating.
And he's eating it?
Man, I am feeling like a freak on a leash right now.
Which song is he listening to? I don't even know.
It's pretty dancey for a corn song.
I think that is what it is.
It's not freak on a leash.
No.
Oh, is it?
Is he just talking about the corn that he's eating while?
Oh my God! He grabbed another ear.
Oh yeah, this is at least an ear and a half long song.
But he's.
Okay, now I can tell it's a corn song.
Yeah, but he's not even eating it like.
He's not even like going to town on it.
No.
He's taking small, moderate bites.
But not even in a row. He's taking like one bite from the end, one bite from the middle.
Do the full typewriter thing.
He's got a technique.
Yeah. I went down to Kennedy Center honorees rabbit hole. I wanted to somebody gave my daughter a Crosley record player, and we both think it's like, it has all these stickers on it and stuff, so we kind of want to redo it. So I looked that up.
Joey Diaz's podcast with Ethan Suplee from My Name is Earl. He's still around. I haven't seen him in anything since My Name is Earl.
Wait a minute, which character is he on My Name is Earl?
He's Randy.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Right now she's into my daughter's into this huge name that tune from the 90s or the 80s or sitcoms.
Yeah.
So, and then she's amazed that I know so much crappy 90s music or crappy 80s music or whatever. So
Closing time.
Yeah, that was on there. Semisonic.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
You said crappy 80s 90s music. I was like, closing time.
Yeah, so
I've got so many tape duplication and manufacturing videos because I want to expand the tape thing. I want to actually make them, like 3D print them or like recycle plastic
that would
into
be
my
cool.
own cassettes and then wind it in. The machine that winds it in is called a Tape-Matic 2002. They're impossible to find now.
What does it do?
It's like 300 pounds, and it takes like the 1/8" cassette tape and then winds it inside the shell.
Oh.
It's a very specialized machine that they stopped making in 2002.
That sounds
so
cool.
I'll hunt down one of those eventually.
Oh, wow. That's, yeah. Everybody's doing cassettes too, which is cool. And I have like, I don't know how I ended up with like 2 cassette players, but I missed one.
Yeah, I have like 4 or 5 tape decks.
Yeah, I had one in I had a, what was the car? A 2002 Passat. And it had a tape deck in it, and I loved it. It was
our
great.
old Saturn had a tape deck too.
I had a Saturn too, and it had a tape deck.
Yeah.
That thing lasted forever, and then it had transmission problems and like that. Oh, you guys talked about a Saturn. I remember got super stoked because I was like, I had a Saturn
it
too.
It had like so many issues that came up, but we treated it well. Like we did a lot of at-home repairs with our dad's help.
Yep.
Yeah, and they never dent. They're like Rubbermaid.
Yeah.
You have to try really hard to like damage the body of a Saturn.
That was like their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're tougher than they look.
Yeah, I remember that was their thing. It was like they wouldn't get you couldn't dent them. They wouldn't get dinged, and that was pretty cool. But mine, I would drive and like I would go downhill, and then all of a sudden the RPMs would shoot up, and then I'd have to like play with the like shifter thing. Oh my god! Now I have to like find this other screenshot, which is a good one. I haven't looked in a couple days, but I've been No Work. That was another one. That's his name, No Work.
Okay.
Fake
Oh,
Mike
this
Pence
is amazing.
running video.
Yeah, this is so good.
Mike Pence, this is my wife Karen. I've been humbled by the outpouring of encouragement we've received from people across the United States of America. In these troubled times, I believe we stand at a turning point, and we're a better nation for it. I truly do believe
Property of Mike Pence, do not share.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
so
That's
good.
a nice touch.
The whole website.
This is from the website that I sent you.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
the fake announcement, but like calling it like property of Mike Pence, do not share is a nice touch.
Yeah.
cherish the great traditions that are enshrined in our Constitution should come together and call me the President of the United States. In these troubled times at home and abroad, challenging times for American families, I'd like to encourage you to do one more thing, and that is to call me the President of the United States.
Do you think Kanye will seriously run?
Probably. I think like Kris Kardashian was trying to.
Oprah announced, or like people thought she was going
Yeah.
Because she made a good speech. That is not precedential.
to. Yeah. I don't want a celebrity, like,
Yeah.
even if I like Oprah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a celebrity you like. Celebrities running for president got us into this mess. It's not going to get us out. Stop it.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan screwed this country for 30 years and he was an actor. We should have learned a lesson then.
He wasn't even a good actor. Have you ever watched a movie he was in? They're terrible.
No, I don't
No,
think
I
I
haven't.
have.
They're so bad.
No, I don't think I have.
There's a reason why there's that line in Airplane where the lady says she probably threw up because she watched that Ronald Reagan movie.
And Simpsons predicted Donald Trump president in around this time.
Oh, they've been predicting like a bunch of stuff. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. Everybody's going to turn yellow pretty soon.
That wouldn't be too bad.
It's going to be in the water. Trust me.
Oh. Okay, maybe it would be bad then. Like, oh. Oh, what was I going to tell? What, you guys were talking about something last week, and I was, what was it? Somebody was telling me, who was I talking to? And they actually listened to last week's episode. So you do have a listener.
Oh, we have
You
one
have
listener.
another
A
listener.
real listener out in the wild.
I told her, I said, hey, listen to this. I was like, our friends are going to be on it. So, yeah, she listened. She's like, oh, that was entertaining. But she also knows like Ariel and Esteban too.
Yeah.
So
Right.
And Ariel
But-
was already on another one.
he was on too as well.
Yeah,
Did you-
his first episode is called Music for Cats.
Nice.
I put 2 songs in it. We talk about like science, and Jack had just gotten off a 12-hour shift.
Second day at my job.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do you do?
I don't work there anymore.
Oh,
But I was a truck helper for Goodwill. So like, just the truck that would take stuff where it needed to go, like from donation centers to like thrift stores and warehouses and shit. And I would ride shotgun, and we would just load and unload the truck.
Wow.
Yeah, and so like my second day on the job, we were doing that for 12 hours, and like you never get a sense of how long the shift is going to be beforehand. You never get a heads up of like, hey, we're going to be working until this time.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, yeah, close out your route, however many trips that takes. So we had to go all the way out to like, I think it was Carmel Valley, somewhere out there, like way up north. And like the warehouse that I worked at is like just 2 miles from here.
Oh, okay.
It's south. So it's a long drive there and back. And so like we drop all of our stuff off at 4:30 when the day is supposed to end. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then he's like, wait a minute, our route's not closed out. We got to go back. I was like, oh, okay. Overtime at least. And then I just texted him like, hey, I'm probably like, this wasn't even that point yet. We did another trip there, loaded up, came back, unloaded. I was like, all right. Nope, route's still not closed out. We got to go back again.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's like
I had dinner ready for Ariel and
It's like
there was cold pasta for Jack.
Yeah, no, this was like 5:30 or like 6.
Oh, the worst.
And I texted you. I was like, oh yeah, I'm probably gonna be late. So just don't start dinner yet, or like hold off on dinner if you've already started.
Oh no!
And you had just started, so you held off for a little bit, and then I went back, loaded up again, came back.
Oh, traffic is so gnarly coming back too.
One more trip. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. Just start without me. So we went back. We loaded up on like. Usually we get like the plastic rolling bins, which are easier to move.
Yeah.
All that we had left to pick up was loose and large, which is just like furniture and shit, and Gaylords, which are these big cardboard bins that like we get like the surplus from grocery stores. Like you'll get a big thing of cabbage, and so like you lay that out on a wood pallet. And you have to move each one individually with a hand truck.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And so, or a pallet jack. And so, like, we had to move each one of those. And you had to turn the pallet jack inside the truck, which takes, like, 6 different moves.
Oh, my God.
And so we loaded up the entire truck. And then, like, the good news is once your route's closed out and you're working overtime, you just lock up the truck. You don't have to unload it again. You just lock it up. Yeah. Warehouse is stuffed to the gills anyway. So So we just locked it up. I clocked out, and I ran to my car. And thankfully, it's only like a 5-minute drive. I was back home, and I was like, all right, they're recording the podcast. I won't be loud. And then I was like, oh, hey, they're in the kitchen. They waited for me.
Oh, that's
Yay. Nice. And then I took my shoes off, and it was like, okay, yeah, you smell terrible.
And then you had to come down here?
Yeah,
Did you put your shoes back on?
No.
Oh.
I was not. Those things were ravaged. I was not putting them back on.
That was when we were still recording podcasts in my bedroom.
Oh.
Like, my dad cleaned out like a bunch of crap that was in here, so now we have room for a dedicated podcast room.
I'm pretty sure Ian's room smelled like me until about 3 weeks ago because of that.
This is kind of cool.
Rough.
I like that closet area. Like, people would kill for that. Yeah. That's great. I like it.
If it wasn't for all the spiders.
Oh. Now I'm like looking. Like, oh God.
Yeah, my dad actually wants to get rid of these too to make more room.
Oh, this
but
like
I put
this?
stuff in there.
The armoire?
Yeah, but that one looks so good.
Oh, that one's like great. That would go. That's
we could
like
sell that one.
You could totally sell it. You could sell that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just to see who shows up. I want to give it to Goodwill.
Yeah.
And like, you know, we do home pickups.
Like, come down to my basement.
No, I've done a lot of home pickups.
Hey guys, let's record a podcast. You're getting paid to do
it. I've had to move a treadmill out of somebody's basement.
Oh, hell no.
It was the worst. All of their armoires and nightstands and shit were on the top floor.
Yeah. Did you encounter any hoarder houses?
Huh? Oh yeah.
Hoarder houses.
My God. Yeah, I went to one. This was in Mission Hills, like on the cusp of downtown. And apartments anywhere in San Diego are expensive, but in Mission Hills, that close to downtown, they're expensive.
$1 million homes. Yeah.
They're expensive as shit. And so like we're parked on a very steep hill. Like I'm like pulled forward, like leaning against my seatbelt. And then the driver runs over and checks to see if the lady's home, because we'd gotten like 2 house calls that day where the people just weren't there.
Yeah.
And so like he's like, all right, we're good. And then we back into the parking lot. We take up the whole parking lot because it's small for some reason. Mm-hmm. And then we have to go up past a pool, like up 3 different like stair things to her apartment, like through 2 gates, like 3 gates. And I was like, oh my God. Fuck, we're gonna have to move furniture through this.
Yeah.
And we had to move a couch and a love seat in a small apartment, and all around there were just mountains of like newspapers and documents and magazines and like bowls, like just bowls and plates.
Yeah.
And like her entire counter was just covered with shit, like not shit.
Yeah.
But stuff, shit.
Yeah.
And so it was like stacked high with papers and cardboard boxes, like so high that you couldn't see into the kitchen. Like it was a counter that you could see from the kitchen to the living room, and like you could not see into the kitchen. And there was a wig lying on top of a bunch of shit. And she was like, "Oh, don't mind that. Oh yeah, that's the thing that you're embarrassed
about." All the things.
I'm so sorry that you saw my wig amongst all of my other worldly possessions, all piled into these 2 rooms. You didn't need to see the wig. Anyway, this couch and this love seat are the only 2 things you need to take. Good luck getting them out. And we had to like angle them up over these piles of crap.
And she wasn't like, "Let me move this out of the way."
There was no moving it out of the way. It was literally a mountain of her shit.
Oh my gosh! Not literal shit.
No, not little shit.
Yeah.
Stuff. Another. I use the words interchangeably. It leads to some confusion. Anyway, I was in the bathroom dropping some stuff. Taking a stuff. But another favorite that I went to was a trailer park in Chula Vista, and like apparently it was the 2 sons of the lady who lived there. Like she had like a seizure or an accident or something, and so she had to live in assisted living, and like they were clearing out her trailer and selling it. Mm-hmm. And like we filled up the truck with this one. Like we took like all the furniture, like a grandfather clock, and then we took like huge like upwards of 100 hefty bags filled with like clothes and stuff and like linens. But I found out that most of those bags were not filled with those things. They were in fact filled with antique dolls that their mom apparently collected. Yeah, I walked in on at least like 75 horror movies worth of haunted dolls.
I can't even be mad at that because I just moved and I had friends help me move and they discovered my Barbie collection.
Mm-hmm. But there's Barbies, and then there's antique dolls.
That's true.
Yeah.
But they were still horrified. They were like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, I have a Barbie collection.
Just for clarity's sake, how many Barbies are we talking?
Like 150.
That's.
But they were in the garage. They weren't in my house. They were in boxes.
Yeah,
like,
if they're organized, then it's not crazy.
Yeah, no.
If it's a pile of Barbies, then I'm not in distress.
I did have, like, mine when I first met my ex-husband. I had them like shoved under my bed, and he tells me like how he walked into my bedroom like for the first time and like saw like arms and legs like from poking out from underneath and he was like terrified, and then like looked up into my closet and I had like a Barbie Vespa, and he was just like, oh, like she must be one of those like weird like hoarders. And
then I found this out as I was taking like 3 of these bags out, and they're heavy as shit, and I set them all down beside the truck, and one of them isn't tied, so it comes open, and what is sticking out of that giant hefty bag but the head of an antique doll with cute coily pigtails and a lazy Forrest Whitaker eye just staring at me. I'm like, I just reach over and tie that thing shut, and then I tie it again just to be safe.
Burn it.
And so we stuffed God knows how many antique dolls, along with a bunch of other,
the most
kitchen
infernal
furniture
toy.
and stuff.
Furbies.
We stuff all of that stuff. It gets to the point where we have to start like throwing bags on top of everything else, like all the furniture and the bins full of like paintings and stuff. And anyway, if you're ever driving around San Diego and you see a Goodwill truck, check to see if it's truck number 174, because that bitch is haunted.
Yeah,
it is haunted. We got to the Otai warehouse. A dock runner went in there. We just heard a lot of screaming. He came out. His hair was white. It was a mess.
The most infernal toy from Jack and I's childhood, Furbies. They just don't die.
Oh, no. No, they don't.
You take the batteries out and they keep talking.
Yeah, my ex had one in his freezer. And when you would open it up, like...
my God, when you peel a Furby?
No, Teddy Ruxpin was bad, too. Yeah.
Hey, I want to tell you a story.
We had a Yoda toy, which was kind of fun, like an animatronic thing, except that it was another one of those where you take the batteries out and it keeps talking.
Oh, hell
in the middle of the night.
No.
My mom got so pissed off at it that it wouldn't shut up that she threw it down the stairs.
Yeah.
And then it just kept talking at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, I did the same thing when I was babysitting my cousins. They had a Tickle Me Elmo when it had first come out. Like, it was like the big toy. Oh, yeah, those
were a popular toy.
Yeah, so this is like, I would say like 99.
Yeah.
Yeah,
98, 99, I was babysitting, and the thing would not shut up. And I remember I put it in the freezer. I was just like, I'm so done with it. And of course I broke it. My mom had to like give them money, and they had to go, my older cousin had to like go get a new one, but they don't stop. They never shut up. They were so scary. And like the way it would move and like laugh. And I'm like, any toy that laughs, I'm like, yeah.
I've seen Poltergeist. I know what's up.
Somebody gave my daughter a doll that wouldn't shut up, and I threw it in the trunk, and it would always like, "What's wrong, mommy?" Like you could hear it. I swear in the trunk, and like my ex-husband and I
swear,
would just
officer,
be like,
nobody's in there.
What's wrong, mommy?
Just give it to Goodwill. We undergo training to handle haunted toys.
It was awful. Yeah, he made me pull over and get it, and so somewhere on the 15, there's that doll is there. He made me like leave it there. He's like, I can't drive up to LA like listening to the stall. Like you have to pull over and get rid of it. And I'm like, okay, well wait till the next gas station. He's like, no, now.
Now
I'm like,
just literally.
Now I'm just picturing that scene from Office Space. Like you just pull up alongside like a hill, and then like hip hop is playing. You know, just walk up to it real slow. Baseball bat just like.
Hell no. I know what would happen. We'd like get back home and like open the door, and that doll would be like where our daughter was. Like the doll would just be there.
No. Like
instead of our daughter,
there would be a chair, a swivel chair. I'm picturing this now.
Oh hell no!
And you would think it was your daughter, and
no, I'm gonna have nightmares now. God,
what's wrong, mommy?
I'm gonna like tell her dad, like I'm gonna go pick her up so she can be at the house with me. Like I don't want to go back there alone. Yeah, no, we were like no dolls, nothing.
Get a podcast cover photo.
Okay.
See if I can get everybody in.
Ah, wait, whoops! I just like.
Welcome back to the selfie podcast where we take selfies.
Esteban took it for us last time.
Ow! I saw.
Oh no!
This is not happening. Hold on. I hope you're not taking video.
No, I'm not.
Document this, Ian. Let them know what it's really like. Perfect.
We got a podcast
Yay!
cover.
I don't know how
5
it's gonna
megapixel
come out.
podcast cover.
At least I'm not sweating anymore. That's good.
Oh,
Like,
small
cracks me.
blessings.
Yeah, for real. Oh yeah, my daughter's like, she's so appalled that like I'm on a podcast. She hates it. I'm not cool enough, guys. No, she's like, you're too old for it. I'm like, I feel like that sometimes.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. If podcasts are exclusively for cool people, then we gotta like shut this whole thing down.
Yeah, because we're losers, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. Well, maybe like.
In some ways, like Jack and my parents are cooler than us. Like they party harder.
Oh,
than we
really?
did. Yeah.
No, I feel like my kid's cooler than I. Like she has like style and stuff, and like it's really weird. And while now, you know, she's like likes all this music, like new music. So I've made it my mission to like look up new music, like all the new hits on like Spotify or something. That way I can learn the songs. So when she wants to
So you're
listen
not
to
out
them,
of touch.
well, when I start seeing, because they're all terrible. They
Yeah.
all sound the same. They all have like that weird like
that
breathy...
Melanie Martinez or
Oh,
like
it's awful.
Halsey and stuff.
Awful.
I hate that.
Or like
Yeah.
starts with like a weird synth, or like everyone's like clapping and saying hey, or like songs like that.
Did you guys ever see the R.I.P. Vine? But did you ever see that Vine that was like a parody of Alternative Music Girl?
No.
And it's like very clearly like it's supposed to be God, I forget her name. Not Lord. It's supposed to be like a parody of Lord. It's like it's just a guy like, welcome to my kitchen. We have bananas and avocado.
Yeah, it's
like one of the recent seasons of South Park. Randy becomes Lord.
Yeah, I'd rather not talk about what South Park's
It's pretty
doing lately.
bad.
I'd rather not talk about it.
But yeah, I'm making it like a point to know like all these songs that are coming out. So when, I mean, they're all terrible. And I'm like, I feel bad because I kind of like push my music on her too. But I'm just like, I don't want her to listen to garbage. But I'm like, she's 12. When I was 12, I listened to garbage. You know, that's
yeah,
why
like, but she
literally,
she
I
kind of
like
has to have her own music taste and then like grow up and then find better bands.
find out that it was bad, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, of course, like I like
lots of people listen to bad music as a
yeah,
teenager.
this is why I know every
Good
single
Lord,
like
everyone
crappy
does.
90s dance music or
Yeah.
like, you know, all the one-hit wonders from the 90s is because I listened to like crap and I mean, I also listen to good music too, but whatever. So I make it a point to like know these, or I'll ask her, I'm like, oh yeah, like you hear like the new Lil Yachty, and she's like, what the heck? Like, how do you know who that is? And I'm like, oh yeah, I
have
listen to
the
him all time.
internet.
No, but she's just like, you shouldn't know. Like, you shouldn't know who that is. Or
Yes.
like, I'll tell her.
We all listen to bad music when we're young, just like.
But Lil Yachty's I like Lil
Yeah.
Yachty.
Lil Yachty's good.
Yeah, I like Lil Yachty.
I'm just going back to the previous point.
Yeah.
We all listen to bad music when we were young, and we all dress the very worst of the time that we grew up when we were young, which is why we got sucked into the black hole of fashion that was the early 2000s. Which wasn't even like entertainingly bad clothing like the 80s or 90s. It was just boring unless you were like famous.
But I was a teenager in the 90s, so like that stuff coming back, I'm just like, no, this isn't fashion. Like, this is what your mom bought you at Mervyn's because you couldn't afford your own clothes because you were a child. Like, it's not cool and it's not fashionable. Like, it's like nerdy clothes. But now it's
and now everybody in the punk scene dresses like a 50s dad.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. That's always been... But I always kind of like the 50s dad look. I'm not rockabilly, but like, I was like way into it. Like, I still see a 50s dad and I'm like, oh, geez, like my little heart, like 20-year-old heart gets like pumped.
Yeah.
I tend to dress more like an 80s coke dealer who was found dead in Miami.
Lots of blazers.
I dress like I'm going on a hike to a punk show.
I've always dressed the same. Like, you know, when I told my parents, I was just like, I'm not wearing pastels anymore. Yeah. Like, that was it. I know. I went to private school for 13 years, so I was always wearing a uniform. So when I was able to wear clothes that I wanted to wear, well, I guess when I was 13, it was all like the fluorescent stuff and biker shorts and all that. But once I was in high school, I was like, I want docs. Like, I want to wear jeans. Like, I want to wear black. Like, that's what I was wearing all the time when I wasn't wearing a uniform. And then like Britney Spears came out and I was like, I don't even want to wear a uniform. Like, I'm done. But I've and even bangs. Like, I've had bangs since I was looking at baby's pictures yesterday, and I'm like,
I used to have like bangs. Hair like down
before
my
I had
shoulders
hair.
when
I had
bangs.
I did. I came out with just like fringe. Like, it was crazy.
Jack and I cut our own hair. We've mentioned that on the podcast before.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Yeah, my brother chopped off 4 inches of my hair last week. I was at his house and like, hey, you want to chop my hair like 4 inches? He's like,
yeah, I've cut my mom's
sure.
hair.
Yeah, he was like, okay, which is
I've
cool.
cut Ian's hair.
Yeah, which is great. I'm like, which I feel bad because Kirsten always cuts my hair, but I was like itching. You know.
Kirsten and Ariel are actually good at it.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, she cuts my daughter's hair and she's cut mine. But last week I was just like, hey, cut off 4 inches. My brother's like, hell yeah, I got to cut my sister's hair. So, which I'm sure he's wanted to do when I'm sleeping at some point because I pissed him off. Yeah. But yeah, so I was like 4 inches, man. But you guys cut each other's hair.
I
mostly on ourselves, but I asked Jack to do the back for me once because like it was I didn't want to reach back.
I did the whole haircut.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But I did that once. Mostly we just do it
looks good.
ourselves. Yeah. That was a while ago. That was a couple haircuts.
Yeah,
Oh.
like lately I've just been using clippers to like 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch.
Okay.
And
But
then
it
like
still
I
looks
have
good.
like a mirror arrangement to get the back
Yeah.
line right.
Yeah.
I figured out how to do a fade. Which,
What?
yeah.
I fucked up a fade.
Yeah, it always it fades obviously
Yeah.
when your hair grows out. But I did it when I got back from Boston. Yeah.
You lived in Boston?
Yeah, for a little
I
while.
love Boston.
I was working on a tall ship, so I was living in the Bahamas for a little while, and then I was living in Boston.
For a long time, like a year, Jack's hair was like really long on top, like buzzed on the sides almost.
Because when the sides grow out on me at least, they look really stupid. Like I get
Is it curly on the sides too?
it's curly on the sides,
Okay.
yeah, and so like it curls out.
Oh.
And so I get clown hair. like literally, I've talked about it on the
Like
first
Krusty?
on the first episode we had Ariel on. Not unlike Krusty, yeah. But like these two curls specifically would like go out over my ears, so I would get these fucking hair wings.
Oh no.
Coming out the sides of my head, right over my ears. So I hated it so much. Like whenever I would do like the full mop and let all my hair grow out, it would do that, and I'd be like, no, fuck it, and I would cut it all off.
Yeah. Why not
And
just
so-
cut those 2 pieces though?
Because then I just got like these two little patches, these 2 little bare patches. So I resolved to like let my hair grow longer up top and then cut it on the sides, which is kind of
It looks good.
which is what I'm going with now. But
Yeah.
like I also wanted to like try growing it out like long
Uh-huh.
just to see what would happen because I always reached that threshold when it looked stupid on the sides. I was like, no, and I cut the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I decided to like let it get a head start up top, head start,
Uh-huh.
and then like hold it back on the sides until I was ready to let the whole thing grow. Thing is, like I think I cut it on the sides one time too many, and so I had like way too much on the top, and then nothing on the sides.
Oh.
So I had like kind of a mushroom head thing going on.
But that's like kind of in though.
Not like
Isn't it?
not like how I had it.
Oh, am
It
I
was
just
maybe-
imagining it like a different? Because that's I've seen that.
But then like I was letting it grow out on the sides, and then it was just pushing out the long top hair more. So it was going more and more into the mushroom head thing. I was wearing a lot of bandanas just to crush the whole thing down, and because it's kind of my look now. I like wearing bandanas even now that my hair's short. But yeah, I might have stuck with it for another year just to see if it would like even out eventually.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm gonna be going to work in the Bahamas. It's gonna be hot and windy. I'm gonna cut this shit off.
Yeah.
It's gonna get in the way.
No, but good job. Good work. I can't do. I've tried. Can't do that with this. So, and it started
long
getting
hair
wavy.
is harder.
Yeah, it started coming out brown and wavy, and it's always been straight and black. And so I was like, "What is this?"
You'll lose the same amount of hairs naturally that you do when you have short hair, but they're longer, so you get like you'll run your hands through your hair at the end of the day, and you'll just come out with like a rat's nest of like. Well, it's only like 3 or 4 hairs. Yeah. But it's just so long that it looks like so much.
You feel,
And then, like, God forbid, one of them gets in your mouth and comes off. It's like,
or if I wear contacts sometimes, like, one will get in my lens. And it's
my hair is close to straight, but then, like, once it gets to a certain length, it starts getting wavy at the ends.
Yeah, that must be nice.
Yeah, like, I've had girls tell me, like, oh, I wish I had your hair.
Me too. This does whatever it wants.
Yeah, I don't know what to think because people are like, oh yeah, wavy hair, and I'm like, no, and I'm like, oh, I guess now I do. So. I guess so, you know. And I think my dad has his side has like super curly hair, and my mom's side they're all like Native American, just like straight black hair. Mm-hmm. And my mom said when she was pregnant, like she prayed that we would not come out with like my dad's side of the family's hair. So I'm like, you shouldn't have done that because now it's coming back. Like it's coming back, and now like by the time I'm 50, I'm probably just gonna have like unmanageable. Yeah, it's gonna be awful. So I blame her, of course. Still blaming her for a lot of things. Sorry, my daughter's like messaging me. She should be asleep. But...
Are you still doing the podcast?
Yeah.
How do you still have things to talk about?
Why aren't you guys live streaming like every other podcast?
Yeah, or a YouTuber. I hate that term, YouTuber. Yeah. It's like awful.
YouTube is a verb now. Do you YouTube? I YouTube.
YouTube is a job.
PD. Oh, that too, or Instagrammer, or no, what are they called? Influencers.
Affiliate marketing too is another bullshit one.
Yeah.
I'm a LinkedIner. I LinkedIn for a living.
PDF as a verb is also something that like grinds my gears. Like, can you
PDF
that to me?
Oh,
yeah. PDF that. I'm like, no.
That just
can
sounds
you
like
display format to me?
That just sounds like a drunk uncle bit. Do you guys remember Drunk Uncle from SNL? Yeah. Like everybody's like, text me. Can you email me dinner? Can you fax me a hug? Immigrants.
Webinar was another one that I could.
I
mindfulness.
Thought, corporate lingo. I worked for a mortgage company for 15 years.
Synergy.
Oh, synergy. Synergy was a big one. Team player, straight shooter.
Team player.
Low marginal cost.
Team player. Will you work late for no reward?
Yeah.
And thank us for it.
How dare you get sick? Like I had
Fuck
shingles.
you.
Yeah.
Be a team player.
When I
die
had
at your
shingles,
desk.
he's like, "Can you work from home?" And I'm like, "I literally cannot move." Like I was.
But can you work?
Yeah, Yeah. He's like, "Can you work?" I'm like, "No, I've been told like no stress. Like I could have." Absolutely no stress. It was amazing.
Okay, but can you work?
Yeah, I had that. I had
you have a laptop. Can you work?
Yeah,
you have a pulse. Can you work?
Pneumonia, and I went like a few years back, and same thing. Can you work though? I'm like, no, I can't work. Like I'm sleeping like 10 hours a day.
You're replying to all of these messages, so that must mean you can work, right?
Or the one that's just like every job is like they expect you to be reachable by email all the time.
Yeah.
Whenever you're off.
Yeah, I just like don't respond, and they know I'm there. They know I'm checking my phone, and I'm just like, no, I'm not. Yeah, and then I came back like and then after 2 weeks, they were like, oh yeah, we've decided to go in a different direction, and we've automated. What they did was they hired somebody who would work remotely for minimum wage. Yeah, and they fired the 3 senior employees who were of course paid the most and grandfathered into all these things, and they were like, oh, we found somebody to work for.
I work remotely, but I'm pretty much competing with robots. They're gonna replace me.
That's what happened with me. Like they were like, oh yeah, we've automated everything, and then we have this person working for minimum wage.
Okay. The one that drives me crazy is when like it's never happened to me directly, but I've seen it happening to like coworkers where like the manager will start giving them shit for not going above and beyond, like even though they're doing what's required of the job. But it's like they're saying like, oh well, if the bare minimum is good enough for you, then maybe you shouldn't be here. It's like, Well, I mean, if paying me the bare minimum is good enough for you, then maybe you should.
Yeah.
I've been pushed out for overperforming. Like, boss got me to quit, so they wouldn't have to fire me, and they went, unemployment.
Oh, yeah.
It's our curse. We work too hard, and we're too good at our job.
Like, I was lead projectionist, and, like, I was coding stuff and, like, cutting down work hours and stuff.
Yeah, we felt that's
bastard.
Yeah.
We felt like that's what they were trying to do because our manager was absolutely horrible. Like, he was terrible. I blew out a tire and he was just like, like, you really need to stop being late for work. And I'm like, I'm on the 805 freeway on my way to work with a blown out tire. Like, that's not my fault.
I got written up for like having 35-minute lunches when I only had 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, that or not taking a lunch.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't clock out for half hour.
Oh yeah, one time I lied and said I was going on lunch, but then I kept working.
I've done that too.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of got a lot of shit at Goodwill because like a lot of the time we would, our lunch, like we would have to take our lunch break before 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or else there was all this paperwork and shit, and like if you had to work through your lunch break, then you would get like an hour's pay as a lunch premium, but like. We're taking a lot of our lunch breaks out on the road, and so like we just clock out with a phone, like a company phone. You text your like employee number, and then you clock out, and then you clock back in. And like the thing is, like you're supposed to take a 35-minute break, but you can also like squeeze that a little bit. So like you can just eat, and then like you're still hanging out, but like you'll just clock in like a minute or two early, so that you get back on the clock earlier.
Yeah.
And like I learned exactly how close you could cut it, because we all got shit. Like everybody at the warehouse got shit for clocking in too early, and so like you have to go like 30 minutes exactly.
Yeah.
Get yourself an extra 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I was so bad at it. Like my time card was just always the worst, And then they're like, "Oh, they're like, well, maybe we should put you on salary." And I'm like, "Hell no," because I see what you guys do to your salaried employees, so bad. And so then. Like we would get in trouble for working through our lunch, but we had all this work to do. And it's like, you want us to do the work of like 3 people. You don't want to pay us, but like,
what's the problem?
Yeah, I had to do 3 jobs at once for the last 6 months of my last
And then so we started asking, we're like, well, if you want us to do these extra tasks, like I had to host a webinar or facilitate a webinar. Yeah. And so I'm like, well, if I'm doing that and I'm taking time out of my day and I'm paid by production, like, or based on my production, and I can't produce, like, because you want me to do this other thing.
Shouldn't I
like,
be paid for that
pay
other
me
thing?
For this other thing, and like we had to go, and it became like that thing, like, oh well, if nobody comes on this webinar, and I'm sitting there for 10 minutes, which I could be doing all this other stuff. Like he was like, you just don't get paid for the webinar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I don't get paid for the webinar, or
this thing that you're making me do that I would rather be doing my actual job. You're saying that I don't get paid for it. If people don't do the thing that I don't have any say in.
The gig that I'm trying to break into on the side, it's disheartening though. Audiobook narration.
Oh, that'd be cool.
The thing is, like, so many don't want to pay you. They'll say like, oh, we'll do a royalty share agreement, and it could very well sell 0 copies.
Yeah.
So then you would do the work for free. So like, I'm only auditioning for ones where I would get paid up front.
Oh,
I just
that's
haven't
cool.
had like any auditions accepted yet.
That seems like a kind of sweet gig.
Yeah.
Though.
Just assume a lower voice.
Oh yeah.
Speak close to the mic.
Speaking of lower register. How you doing?
Yeah, the day I was let go.
Intermittent fasting.
I like called my dad's wife, my stepmom. I'm like, oh yeah, I lost my job, and she's like, come work for me. So I'm like, okay. So now I do taxes. So I'm like, that's cool, taxes and bookkeeping. And then I was selling my house and had like this fiasco. Like we're actually going into mediation like in 2 weeks over it. The buyers canceled like the day of an hour and a half before recording. So yeah, everything like fell to shit. Like we were, or to stuff.
It fell to stuff.
Like
what a piece of stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, we were like, my daughter and I were pretty much like bouncing back and forth. I had to like between friends' couch or bedrooms, and I had a couple friends who would let me stay with them on the weekends because my daughter was like at her dad's house, and I couldn't quite move into the condo I just bought, but I was no longer living in my house. So yeah, it was like pretty bad. And like I was just like, okay, like this sucks, like with the whole house thing. And so my real estate agent was like, hey, like you've kept this like cool head, like I want you to come work for me, I'll pay for your real estate school. And she's like, I hate doing open houses and getting referrals, so like you're kind of good at it. And I'm like, I would love walking through strangers' homes and like looking at all the cool stuff they have.
I
So
wouldn't
yeah,
rule
I'll do
out
it.
property management for Jack or I, because our mom did it, and like she took us along on all those trips as a kid, like checking on all the apartments and condos and such.
Yeah, like I think it would be fun. Like I used to go to when I was, you're poor and 19 or 20, living on your own. Like my friends and I would go to open houses because they had like magnificent spreads, and
spreads.
so yeah, so
a
like
whole breakfast spread.
Yeah, so we would go and like that's how we would eat, because it was like, do you do that or like buy 10 fortune cookies for $1? I mean, we were also spending money on like booze and cigarettes, but whatever.
The staples.
But like actual food, we're like, oh, open house this weekend. Like, let's hit it.
Yeah,
so
that's a smart way to go.
yeah, so she's like, I'll pay you to do open house because I hate doing that, and I'll pay you to like write the blurbs, like for the property, which is fantastic.
First date, take me to Costco and we'll gorge on free samples.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
I don't like free samples. That's why, no free samples, no tea, no kissing.
Who doesn't like free samples?
Everybody loves free samples.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Not everybody likes tea and kissing.
No.
Yes, I will try your dried mangoes. Yes, I will try those brownie bites.
Oh, but
Yeah.
what about a free sample for tea?
Oh yeah, they have that sometimes.
Or free samples for a guy's lips.
No.
This is a weird store.
Oh, gross. That doesn't sound like Costco anymore.
No. It sounds more like some sort of weird farmer's market.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Welcome to Costco.
I feel
love
like
you.
that. I feel like they care about their patrons, though. No, at Costco.
Yeah.
They're always very happy to see you.
Yeah, Costco employees are paid better than minimum wage.
Oh, yeah, dude,
too.
Costco is a hell of a
That's
setup.
a good job.
Yeah, my friend
if
works
you
there.
don't have the like many qualifications.
I know this guy who's worked there for, I'm trying to think, 22 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like a manager in Mixed Bank and has like
Yeah.
great benefits.
Yeah.
My
And we all
friend
made
Andrew,
fun of
who's
him.
like my age, like 24, he's already starting a 401k there.
Yeah.
Costco's a pretty damn good setup.
Why am I doing taxes? Damn.
Let's all go work at.
Let's
Let's
go
all
work
go to the Costco.
I
Let's
also know
all
a
go
guy-
work at Costco.
I know a guy from like band we used to play shows together. He worked at Costco for a day and got fired.
How?
Ah.
What did he do?
I don't remember.
Wait a minute. Who was this?
How do
You
you
can
get
bleep it out
fired?
later.
Pierce.
Yeah.
He went from job to job, like working at clothing stores and other customer service. He ran like a venue too, which was way cooler.
Venue in San Diego?
Well, he did like house shows at Dad's Den in Wildomar. Like people would come from all over Inland Empire to come to these shows.
Inland
And
Empire.
then like he started like setting up a church venue with some guy too.
Wait,
called
are
the
you based
MSC.
from the IE?
Huh?
Are you from the Inland Empire?
No, we aren't.
Oh.
I've just spent like a lot of time there for San Diego. Like
Why?
Lots of shows, like driving through there to Big Bear 2 a lot. So
Oh.
I'm pretty familiar with the Inland Empire somehow.
That's where I kind of grew up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I grew up in Chino.
Oh yeah, I've
Yeah.
driven through there to Bridgetown.
That's all. Oh yeah, my nana lives in La Puente. Like
Yeah.
I love La Puente. Like, did you go to the donut hole? Oh no, you don't. Dang it.
I've seen it. Yeah, I
Okay.
know which one you're
I'm
talking
aware
about.
Yeah.
of the donut hole.
That's like
Yeah.
yeah, that's the best.
And La Puente will have like microblading signs from the
yeah,
freeway.
yeah.
I was actually
Or
like,
strip clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I was actually at a party last week, and we started watching like a bunch of music videos, like a bunch of local music videos, and somebody brought up like a local rapper that they know who's from Inland Empire, and like the music video was just him and like his entire neighborhood, like
Oh.
40 or 50 people all outside the donut hole just
Yeah.
hanging out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my, I love that. Oh my god, I was actually there
there's
last
a good
week.
corner of YouTube where like you could find like gangs diss tracks. Like it'll be poorly recorded rap songs, and it'll be like a whole crew of 14 people. Like, and they'll just be hanging out,
At the
like
donut hole?
throwing disses at like their rival gangs. Like there's
Wow.
one for Rialto. Like of course there's one for like
Oh,
East LA and
God.
South Central.
Well, I wouldn't mess with that, but Rialto. I don't know. Yeah, Chino.
There's like Rialto and Paris gangs. I think.
Oh, I know. Corona, like all those places. Oh, gross. Yuck. Yeah, I lived in
I found
Riverside.
like Escondido gang rap too. Like Norteños or something.
You know what I'm gonna do? End up doing tonight. I'm gonna watch my Aquascape and like gang diss tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be tonight because I need to not have nightmares about dolls.
There's a good
You're welcome.
there's a good one of like these guys from Modesto. I think they're an Asian gang and they use the N-word repeatedly.
That's
Oh
awful.
boy.
It's so terrible.
Do I want to give them views though? No, probably
It
not.
has like 3 million views. They don't need your support.
Oh well, fine then.
Okay. When I was in Boston, like we would just go out bar hopping most nights, and like a lot of bars in the area do karaoke, and so we just kind of ping pong from one to the other, getting booed off the stage from one to the next. But one that I went to, like I had been separated from all my fucking sailor friends, and I was off on my own, and like I was just at a table with some guys who I was getting to know throughout the night, and there was like this large group of Irish tourists, some of whom I knew, some of whom like actually went out on the boat with us one night, and like, you know, I knew some of them, but like there's 50 of them, and they're all the girls are cute, and then all the guys are the exact same looking man, and it's not a good looking type. They have like the ultra tight like Richard Spencer haircut, and then like just kind of
the Hitler Youth,
weird bony faces.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
And tall and gawky with the big teeth. And I think there was like one good looking guy in the bunch of like 30 or 40 guys, and so there was like 10 of these Irish guys in the bar, and one of them started singing a rap song. This rap song featured the N-word.
No.
I'm gonna assume that none of you guys assumed that this Irish guy in the story was black.
Yeah, no.
He was a white Irishman.
But Boston's kind of like that, though.
And but he did not dodge the word at all.
Oh,
and so I joined the guys that I was hanging out with that night in booing him off the stage.
Okay, I was like, please tell me he got booed. Like,
he got he completed the song. He was too drunk to care that we were booing him, but we did boo him a lot.
So what song were you singing that you got booed?
I actually didn't get booed. Like just as a group, we got booed. Like we.
Jack's good at karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
He has a karaoke album.
What?
Don't listen to it. It's me very drunk.
It's funny. It's kind of good.
Do you sing karaoke
parts.
too?
It's a bit. He did one track.
I did 2 tracks on the album.
Right.
One was singing. One was like Beck Loser. So
okay.
So like just speaking.
Yeah.
But yeah, this track I sung was SZA Supermodel.
Oh what?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
He does yeah. But like
Jack did 24 songs.
Yeah, we did. We got.
This is amazing. Is this on YouTube?
It's on SoundCloud.
What is it? I'm making a list of things I need to check out.
Jack Karen Cross.
Gang Rap YouTube is number 1.
Yeah, but when we got kicked out of bars, it was usually because like it was later in the night. We had already sung the songs that we actually wanted to sing, and then we had gotten very drunk, and so we would. This was a thing that my bosun and my first mate, so Andrew and Mac, they would do, and then they would rope me into it, where they would request Under the Boardwalk. And then sometimes they'd actually sing it, only Mac has a gravelly pack-a-day voice for a 22-year-old man. And he doesn't sing, he just shouts.
Oh,
and
I
he knows
it.
He's doing it, and he just thinks it's funny. So we're all just like, and it's all 3 of us like arms around each other, just like swaying back and forth into the one microphone. And so we mostly just join in on the Under the Boardwalk, and then it would be Mac going, Under the Boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk.
Is this guy gonna be the next Tom Waits?
Yeah, and probably he's too enthusiastic to be Tom Waits. But then the other half of the time, we would let Under the Boardwalk play, but we would not play. We would not sing the words that came up on the screen. Instead, Mac would pull up a particular sea shanty on his phone, and we would sing the words to that, even though it did not match the melody to Under the Boardwalk at all. And the particular shanty that we chose was Good Ship Venus, which look it up because it's like the raunchiest sea shanty of all time. It's just I'll just give you the chorus right now. We were sailing on the good ship Venus. By God, you should have seen us. The figurehead was a whore in bed, sucking on a dead man's penis.
Oh God!
That's how it starts. That's the line they're okay repeating multiple times. Everything else is far raunchier. Like, there's stuff about a dog's dick.
I made it like 3-track medleys.
I was
there,
just saying
so
it's a medley. I'm like, I see like
I made it that way so I wouldn't have to export as much.
Johnny Cash and Radiohead. I was like, is this a medley or a mashup? Like, what is
Did I do
this?
Radiohead?
Oh no,
Radiohead?
no, that's not. Wait, no, that's not Radiohead. Is that Radiohead? No.
Which one? In time, somebody told me God's gonna help you hunt you down. Tomorrow comes today.
That's Gorillaz.
The
That's
Gorillaz.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, Jack did some show tunes and Disney songs as well.
I couldn't help it.
Disney, I love. Make my.
He did King Herod's song and the Plagues.
My friends are like.
I did some Jesus Christ
terrified.
Superstar.
Oh hell yeah! My friends are like,
I was way too drunk to pull it off, though. I could not keep up.
King Herod song. That's a good one. It gets fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the most like show tuney of the bunch.
Yeah. We were on our way back from seeing Slow Dive, and I was playing DJ, and I put on show tunes, and my friend was asleep in the car, and she woke up, and she was just like, where the hell am I? And get me out of this car. I love show tunes.
Yeah.
On my Kennedy Center Honors, like, what's it called? Spiral the other night. They had an Andrew Lloyd Webber one, and they performed Judas' song when he sings like after he hangs himself. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Wow, that's spoiler alert. People in the Bible die. But like, what a
RuPaul.
What a song to pick for the Kennedy Center honors, honoring him. A song about a guy regretting all of his decisions and then killing himself.
Yeah,
it's a good song though.
Yeah, this is pretty good. Oh shoot, what did I do? Oh no. So do they like? Is it like a medley, or is it just like two separate songs, but you put them as one track?
I just put them as one track.
Oh, okay. Can you make them a medley though? Like,
yeah, it's possible. I didn't think of that. Like, it was more for like ease of getting it online to make it like 10 tracks instead of 26.
To see like 9 Inch Nails go into Simon and Garfunkel. Like,
oh, I should have paid that.
That
together.
one's good. Yeah.
Instead, I put applause at the end of each track.
Oh yeah,
there's like an hour of bar noise.
No, you
awkward,
did.
quiet applause.
9 Inch Nails into.
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean, there's like
Johnny
there's
Cash.
applause
Johnny
between
Cash
the
version?
two songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or RuPaul, yeah. Super. I'm gonna listen to this. Actually, I'm gonna have my daughter listen to this.
Yeah.
We're both gonna listen to it.
We're gonna listen to a very drunk man try to remember the words to songs.
I only do one song. It's Oops, I Did It Again.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it only has to be with my best friend.
Yeah.
Like.
My go-tos. I have a couple go-tos. Certain Killer songs, which. Which go over really well at bars.
Yeah.
Piano Man for when you just really need to get a bar on your side. It
Yeah.
works super well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to get there early in the night though, because somebody's gonna grab Piano Man.
Yeah.
And Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
That's
Tears
a good
for
one.
Fears.
Yeah, that reminds me of summer, like being in my mom's station wagon. I love that. That's a good one.
Holy Diver is fun. If you got to feel out the room though, you got to feel out if somebody's gonna join in with you, because like Holy Diver is a lot of song to do on your own.
I'm trying to think of like other ones that would be really good. Like those are all good, but Disney and show tunes are like, that's kind of where it's at, like a good like Fiddler on the Roof, like Matchmaker.
Oh, yeah. If I were a rich man, I were a rich man.
Yeah.
I just sent you the link for the SoundCloud.
Excellent. I put that on my list too. Oh, that's the name of it.
Yeah. Wait, one more.
Essential Evening of Dubious Karaoke. I like it.
Yeah,
okay.
Jack drew his own cover.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
What about you?
I'm right-handed.
You're both righties. Okay. Yeah. It's all right.
Are you?
No.
Yeah.
I'm lefty.
You're lefty.
Yeah. My list is getting there. I can't wait to watch these YouTube videos. I'm gonna watch the gang YouTube videos and listen to the karaoke at the same time.
I like my own mashups, like Tim Hecker and Migos.
Oh,
or like Little Yachty and Harsh Noise.
We should have done a Korn song, because then you could watch a guy with cornrows eating corn while listening to Korn, and then you just mute it and listen to me going.
I can still do it. I'll do like the iPad and then listen to this and then watch. Or I'll figure it out. That'll be good though. I'm excited. I have things to do. I've been watching Terrace House. It's like that Japanese reality show.
Huh.
It's like kind of like The Real World, but very polite.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would assume.
But they're like going to this house to like find love. Like they audition and they go there. But I got hooked. But people don't really even get upset with each other. Like one girl got upset with somebody, but was like very respectful about it. And like she was upset because like some kid was using his dad's credit card to buy something, and she's just like, you shouldn't be doing that. And like they get into it, but they're very like forward, and I found
the classic line, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. Oh, that's mine. That's me. I swore I would never say that, ever, because my parents used to say it like all the time. Like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
The worst one that like I said was on tour when bandmates wanted to go out and have fun and I just wanted to go to sleep. I said like, oh yeah, we're not gonna do what I want to do. I'm used to it.
You passive aggressive bitch.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Okay, the one that I caught myself doing that I always hated was like my niece and nephew were like asking me about something that I was, you know, I had gone beyond what I was willing to explain. Like I just mentioned something offhandedly, like, oh, they're not going to ask me about that, and then they asked me about that. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to explain this now. You'll understand when you're older. Oh my God, I said it.
Yeah, this is why I told you I avoid things so I don't have to explain them to my daughter.
Or like when I was showing Jack Will Smith Miami video and Asha didn't understand how we found it so funny.
Okay, so have you seen that music video?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's great, right?
Yeah.
So for those listening who don't know, pause right now. Search Will Smith Miami. Watch the video.
It is the best video ever.
Welcome
so
back.
good.
Welcome back. You're welcome. We were watching it. Ian and I were watching it while our niece and nephew were visiting, and like they were getting ready for bed. So we thought, like, you know, they're just gonna do their teeth and such. And she's already in her footsie pajamas, and she just hears her uncles, her dear beloved uncles, laughing their asses off, and says, "What are you watching?" And we show her, and it's Will Smith Miami, and we're just still laughing while she watches it, and she's just got nothing. She looks up at both of us. She says, "You guys are cuckoo," and then she just walks away, and we're like, "Yep."
Yeah, Asha's funny. She's got some good one-liners.
She's fucking hilarious. My niece is hilarious.
I was just like, I'm not gonna say these things that my mom used to tell me, and like every week I like level up as mom. Like there's food at the house. Like if I have to tell you one more time, like, you know, or I remember last year or maybe 2 years ago, it was like, one of us is the boss and that is not you. And I'm like, fuck, like that's something my mom you know had said. Or
is your daughter getting old enough to where she could see like, oh, my mom's telling me to do this, but she didn't do this?
Yeah. Oh, she's like, yeah, definitely.
Like the classic parent, like, you gotta be a hypocrite thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh, dude, I have my mom's exact "stop what you're doing right now" voice.
Yeah.
Like she's pointed out to me, although she didn't have to, because I said like, "Put it down. Get over here right now."
Yeah.
Like, and I'd just be like, "Oh my God,
she
I just
was
became
like
my mother."
Yeah, she didn't yell. Like I don't yell, and my mom never yelled.
It's that through gritted
so
teeth. Get over it right
we knew she was serious when she would, and then she would be like, "Oh, wait till we get home," and like we never got spanked either. So we were just like, "Oh God, like we're gonna be in so much trouble when we get home." But like with her, she's like, "Well, you and my daughter, you know," I'm like, "Hey, you need to like put away dishes, or you need to do this, or you need to do that." She's like, "Well, you don't do it," and I'm like, "That's not my job, and I don't care." You know, I'm like, "I'm telling you to do it." Like, you know, where I refuse to say "do as I say, not as I do," because that was like a big one in my house when I would point that out, because I was the kid. My brother would just do whatever.
But kids should be doing certain chores.
If you ever had a parent who told you that you should never start smoking with a cigarette between their teeth.
My parents.
We were glad that our dad gave up smoking when we were young.
Yeah. He, to his credit, he gave it up, and it was not an easy thing.
Yeah,
for him.
my parents didn't smoke. My mom has never smoked a cigarette, and she like sometimes she'll have like a spritzer. Yeah. Like I'll see it, and that's it. Like, but my dad has a lot of alcohol, but he doesn't drink, and so
just to have it,
he just has it. Like he has a ton of it for us to drink. Like
just stockpiled.
Yeah, and he'll find out. Like if you go to his house enough, he'll like figure out what you drink, find out what you drink, and then he'll have it for you the next time you go there. Like that's cool. Kind of how he is, you know. And then,
very cool.
Yeah, but you know, I drink, and you know, she doesn't know that I smoke cigarettes, but I don't like never smoke at the house, never smoke around her or anything. So it's usually if I go out or if I'm drinking, but I'm trying to stop that too. But I'm like also. Like that's my only vice. Like that's the only thing I have left. And then but I look at my mom and I'm just like, well, she doesn't have any vices. Like, man, but then I'm like, and she's kind of happy, you know? So, cause I'm like, if I don't have any vices, like, am I going to be miserable or like, I don't know. That's where I'm stuck right now.
Everybody in this house drinks, different like drinks preferred. I
like whiskey.
Yeah. There's some weed going on, but not with me and my mom.
Like I drink on the weekends, or like if I have friends over, like I don't really drink around her unless like we're in a pool and I have like a beer or something, or we're at a baseball game and I'll have a beer. But like I don't drink at the house unless I have friends over and she's not there, or if I'm out. Like you've seen me out.
Jack's got alcohol in this cabinet.
Yeah, like
homebrewed mead.
What?
Aging and maturing right down there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All in bottles. Just maturing.
He ordered the honey.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. And I don't, I'm like, I'll drink on the weekends, never during the week. I've like, hangovers have become a thing, like all day hangovers. So I'm just like, my
yeah, I
friends
get hangovers too.
Yeah, they started.
I try to like water it down, but still doesn't help.
They started when I was 30. And then when I hit 35, they just got worse. And now I'm just like, I will drink. I went out last Wednesday and drank. And like the next day, I was just miserable the entire day. Like it was awful.
Up until I was 22, like I thought I was like invincible. Like I'd be fine the next day. And then like 22, I started getting like the hangovers, even with like a 3 or 4 drink night.
Yeah. When I hit 30, like that was it. Even like if I have a beer past 10, I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, oh, I feel gross. Like
coffee.
Yeah.
When I was on the boat, like when we were in Boston, at least we were drinking pretty much every night and like staying out until like 2 a.m. max.
Oh, yeah.
And then like we would just fall into bed on the boat and then wake up at like, thankfully muster was usually like 9:30 or 10, so you could like have some time to sleep in. But like if it was an early morning, you were fucked.
Yeah.
And like the one that I really regretted was my first week in the Bahamas. Like we're out on the ocean for 6 days, and like we're on the clock and we're supervising guests day and night, so you can't drink.
Yeah.
And then when we get into harbor and are all tied off, all of our dock lines are tied, then we start drinking.
Oh yeah.
And so like we got into the harbor and got all tied up and squared away at like 2:30 in the morning. And my brain was just like, all right, now back to bed. Right? Back to bed. Right? And then everybody was just like, nah, let's go muster down in the salon. It's like, all right, let's start drinking. And like everybody just had a coffee mug and they were filling it with booze. And I was like, well, fuck it, I haven't drank in a week. I made a cocktail, and then we were just drinking until like 4:30 in the morning. Then we went to bed and got up at 8.
Yeah.
And I had an all-day hangover because of that.
Well, it's
and I had to
weird.
Work.
Like on the weekends, I'll go out, Friday night, Saturday night, have drinks, fine. I wake up and my friend, like I recently got back into nature. Like before I was just like, I hate nature. Like that was my thing. I was just like, ew, gross.
Birds,
like dirt, like trees, ugh, gross.
Yeah, you
pollen,
probably seen
like...
my Big Bear photos with all the
Oh
hikes.
yeah. But I then I went to the Super Bloom out in Anza Borrego and I was just like, this is amazing. Yeah. And I was hungover that day and my friend was like, nothing will snap you out of a hangover like a hike. And I'm like, I don't know about this, But it works.
That sounds like some Instagram model potato chip rock bullshit. I'm not about it.
He actually met his girlfriend on Tinder and his profile.
Did she have a photo of potato chip rock?
No, his was a bridge though. He's like, you would have swiped on me. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, I'd never date him anyway. But yeah, so now it's like if we go out drinking, he's like, we're going on a hike tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, cool. But it snaps me out of it. Like it's been really nice.
I'm gonna invite Ariel on more hikes. We walked around.
Invite
like
me.
Miramar.
I want to go.
Yeah, let's hike.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
I go my daughter is on spring break, so we've been getting up super late, but every morning I was going out, out to like the estuary or...
Have you done Rock House Trail in like Bonita, Chula Vista area?
No.
That's one of my favorites. It's like right next to Mount San Miguel. And you climb up like 1,000 feet, 4-mile hike, really good view of the whole county and like part of Mexico from there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm down.
There's not as many people on that trail as Cows Mountain.
I won't do Cows.
I don't do Cows.
I don't want to. No. It's like, it just seems like too many people.
And there's too many really in shape people who like run up and down it 3 times before you make it to the top.
I won't do that. Like my friend is like a mountain goat. Like he'll run and he knows that like if I climb.
They always are like shirtless and have like
bare feet.
Like they got a boombox. Those like music playing off their phone.
Those like rubber glove shoes that have the individual toes.
Yeah, the toe ones.
Yeah, they'll be running up the mountain in those, and I'll just be like, get less in shape, dude. Come on.
At the estuary,
it's enough. It's enough. You work in an office. Stop it.
And I'm like huffing and puffing, and I have like if I'm climbing, like I need my inhaler.
Yeah.
And there's just no getting around it. Like I need my inhaler.
Right.
And
I had a scary hike in Big Bear once. I went from like our cabin like 3.5 miles away and like 1,000 feet up. And it was like getting close to like sundown, and I realized like I was at the point where I needed to turn back.
Yeah.
Because like I was getting like really panicky, and like I had like a heartbeat and the brain thing going on. So I was like, oh no, this is no good. I gotta turn around.
Yeah.
I can't finish this hike.
Yeah. I haven't had anything like that. Going alone in the mornings is kind of weird, especially down near Borderfield. I've been stopped by Border Patrol a couple times. Like, then I got to the point where they recognized me and they'd wave.
Yeah.
And so, like, they knew I wasn't, like, smuggling, but I had been stopped a couple times.
Yeah, I've driven a friend, like, to and from Campo. I actually went out to jam with him once. And we were stopped by Border Patrol, too. Like, they have that spot on the 8. And they
this is, like, walking on the trail.
Oh, on the trail, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew people who, like, volunteer with Border Angels, and they check those volunteers, too.
Yeah. Like, I was just walking around. Like, there was this place down in Borderfield called Goat Canyon. So I wanted to go see if there were goats. Well, there weren't. Spoiler.
Boo.
Sorry.
And they're not allowed to call it Goat Canyon. They should just call it Canyon.
Yeah, right?
Unless it's the greatest of all time canyon.
No, it's not even a canyon.
It's an average canyon.
Yeah.
It's more like a small valley.
It's, like
Is Smuggler's Gulch near there?
I need to find it.
Yeah.
So Smuggler's Gulch is on the other side, and I was just going to tell you.
I remember I first heard of it from an ATV game.
I want to
you
go.
could play that as a level.
You can? Okay, so I've seen Smuggler's Gulch, but I'm kind of afraid to go by myself since I'm in the morning. I don't know if you saw
smugglers.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Well,
I feel like once a place is called Smuggler's Blank, smugglers can't keep going there. It's too obvious.
But like maybe
before they militarized the border, like it was a free for all zone kind of.
Yeah, and that's what there are signs when you park up there that say that that's what they're looking for smugglers. And so I was like, do I want to go to Smuggler's Gulch? Like, I don't know, like what. All these thoughts are going through my head, but like. I don't know if you saw the picture. I went on a hike and I went down this trail and there was like a doll's head on a stick, just like sticking out
I think I saw
from the bushes. Yeah, and I turned around and I was like, "Get me the hell out of here!"
You know what? Oddly enough, I find that creepier than if there was an actual human skull.
It was terrifying. So my stepbrother, my stepbrother and my dad and all them live in South Bay, and he was just like, yeah, you shouldn't hike down there by yourself. Like, there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the mornings. I'm like, who's out? Like, you know, it's nice. The birds are chirping and everything, and apparently there's all this like shady stuff going on down there. And you know, they're like, oh, don't wear your hair in a ponytail. Don't do this. Like, you know, so nobody can like grab my ponytail, you know, and I'm like, well, I'm still gonna go down there. But if like the bushes get too high or it gets too thick, then I'm like, okay, I turn around and, you know, go the other way. But the estuary is great. And there's like this little strip, like if you go in IB down Seacoast, you have like the ocean on one side and the estuary on the other, and it's like beautiful. And you can pretty much walk to the border on there. So it's like a nice, cool walk. But
yeah, when you're like kind of hiking in the cities, this isn't that bad. But like, heard people aren't cool with it. Is where, you know, like San Diego has a huge homeless population, right? So you'll see like burnout homeless camps all over the place.
Yeah, I haven't seen any down south, but I think it's because
I've seen them in Tecolote Canyon and like some of the other places I hike in the city.
Yeah, I know Mission Trails too, right? Mission Trails has a lot. I went to Elfin Forest.
San Diego River too.
Yeah. Have you been to Elfin Forest?
I've heard of it. I want to go.
It's so pretty.
When I was working for Goodwill, we had a home pickup like in that area. And for some reason, like,
it's creepy as hell out there.
Yeah, for some
Harmony Grove.
Yeah, for some reason, like it was on the other side of Elfin Forest, and there's like the way we actually drove out after we were done was way more convenient. And like for some reason, his navigation just took him through Elfin Forest, and it was just spooky.
It is, yeah. There's like a lot of.
We started thinking like, are we just in here forever now? Is this just our lives now? Is just this forest?
Well, there's.
And we were on a road. We were just like, this is gonna keep going forever.
No, there is like, I guess like they call her like the White Witch or something like that. Like if you go in, then like you can never get out, and like the Harmony Grove.
She tried. But we had a truck. Which magic's no good on trucks. Only haunted doll magic.
There's some like.
Have you heard of Gravity Hill?
Yeah,
this was the same truck, by the way.
Yeah,
truck 174 is double haunted.
Oh hell no! Anything 174 is haunted now.
Yeah. That entire number is ruined because this truck is just so haunted.
Thanks, Goodwill. There are a lot of Gravity Hills. Like there's one in Pasadena. There's one
Gravity Hills, the ones that stuff rolls down.
Yeah, there's one in Pennsylvania. I think it was like Mechanicsburg. I was visiting a friend and he was telling me. I guess the story is like a bus full of kids was going to an intersection, and of course, you know, it got smashed. And so now, when you go and like you put your car neutral, it goes back, and it's the kids pulling you back. So the ghost of the children, the ghosts, so you don't get killed on that intersection.
Oh well, thanks, ghost kids.
Yeah, But I mean, it seemed like it was going. I still don't know how they work, but like it seemed like it was going backwards. Unless I was, and I was sober, so I don't know.
With all the like Big Bear community groups on Facebook, I'm in a Big Bear Ghost Hunters one.
Oh my god!
And you didn't tell me until just now.
I'm going to add you right now.
I want to get in on that action. I want to hunt ghosts.
Yeah, there's some nuts in
Big
there.
Bear,
It's great.
oh, I guess it's pretty haunted, right? Like,
Yeah, there's like a legend of like this like stone cabin sort of thing, like where the dam keeper used to live. And that's
the
supposed
dam
to
keeper.
Yeah.
Like the
What?
Big Bear
The
dam
dam.
keeper, and like when
do
he
you get that
died,
job?
like it said that his spirit remained there.
Oh.
And there's like ghosts in the Holcomb Valley that
So
people
who
have
does he
seen
not
too.
like?
And there's literally like a main thoroughfare in the town called Starvation Flats.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's not even called like Starvation Flats Road or Starvation Flats Way. It's just called on the street sign just says Starvation Flats.
Huh.
And then there's Eye of God in Big Bear. This isn't haunted, but it's just cool. Like it's made out of quartz. It's like a big dome thing.
Ooh.
It was like sacred to the Serrano people, but of course, like white people dynamited it
Oh,
in the
of course.
40s.
Of course.
You can just say, but white people.
But white people.
It was sacred to the Serrano
Yeah.
people, but white people.
You don't even have to say but. You can just say white people.
For a long time, I thought bears were extinct in Big Bear. They're not. They're still bears.
They're replenishing now.
Yeah?
They were hunted near.
Yeah, they come down into
yeah.
the city to feast on trash.
Yeah, they were hunted near extinction in the area, or like chased out of the area. But like in like the last couple of years, black bears at least, like grizzly bears are totally wiped out in there.
Oh.
But
No,
yeah.
there's grizzly bears.
There's grizzly bears again.
Yeah.
Holy shit, grizzly bears are back.
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
the main ones,
Yeah,
actually.
that's great.
Yeah.
From what I recall,
I know I've seen a black bear like out on a hike. I was like climbing a rock.
Oh my god.
Go
And like
see
way
Chris
across,
Baker Lake,
I would
yes.
see a black bear.
I'm like terrified of that. Ghosts and bears.
Yeah, I've seen
No.
Bear ghosts.
Nope.
I've seen plenty of coyotes on walks. I'm not like afraid for myself with a coyote. It's just when we have Sandy walking with us that we got clutch her and like
Yeah.
scare the
Small
coyotes
edible
away.
dog.
We can't leave her out in the yard like
Oh.
past sundown.
I've slept in the tent and I've heard coyotes yipping around right outside
I
the
had
tent.
coyotes in my backyard, but they just sound
They're
like children.
everywhere in Southern California.
Yeah. But this is like in the
We
middle
we've
of
seen
Oak
them in
Park.
our alley here too.
Yeah, but I mean that makes sense. There's like you guys, isn't there like a canyon around here too?
Yeah,
There's Tecolote
Tecolote's
Canyon
Yeah,
right over there.
come from.
and we like I was in Oak Park, so I had a canyon in my backyard, but you're like right off the 94 in Euclid, so it's like mid city. There's no, nothing really. I'm like, how did a coyote even get there? But it doesn't go all the way through to anything. It's just like this dead end, little canyon in the back. But
Yeah.
we had a bunch of coyotes, and
Coyotes will steal cats, so you
my
gotta
cat
be
was
care-
like
you
pure
gotta be
indoors.
careful.
That cat's so
They
spoiled.
didn't take our cat because our cat was crazy.
Our cat,
Like in Big Bear in our neighborhood, like we see people walking their cats with a leash because you can't let them go.
I think like I had two other cats. They were bad cats, and they were indoors, and then they wanted to go outdoors, and like I didn't see them after a while, so I'm just assuming they were eaten by a coyote. But yeah, they're scary at night because they sound like kids. If they're like one or two or three of them,
Which hearing kids
shrieking children,
hearing kids like just going around at night, is like
kids in groups.
that's horror movie stuff.
like more than two kids making any type of noise is like terrifying.
Yeah.
Like
if it
children.
if it sounds like they're giggling and it's
Children of
nighttime,
the Corn.
Yeah, I used to have like a recurring nightmare that I was in a hospital and I was strapped down and like there were like three kids
and
just
all
like
the doctors were kids.
no, three kids would show up next to my bed and sing, and it was like terrifying.
Do you know what they sang?
No, I don't remember.
Was the song at least like consistent that you?
Yeah,
remember, or did
it was like
change?
a hymn or something. Like when Kevin Arnold, is that his name? Not Kevin Arnold. Not Kevin Arnold's from Wonder Years. Macaulay Culkin goes into the church in Home Alone and like they're singing Carol of the Bells or something.
Yeah.
Or not Carol of the Bells, they're singing something kind of like that vibe, but that's like my favorite Christmas carol anyway. But like it was something like that. Like where it was scary. But children singing is like terrifying.
I think it would be even more terrifying if like the three kids at your bedside, the middle one just opened his mouth and said, "Hey, this is Casey Kasem coming to you with America's Top 40.
This is Opie and Anthony in the morning.
It's scary. The kids, groups of kids.
For some reason, I'm terrified of Casey Kasem's voice coming out of a child.
I don't
Coming
know.
at you with America's Top 40.
Yeah, I mean, because I guess like kids are super manipulative and like
Oh yeah,
they don't know, like they know right from wrong, but like they still do wrong, you know?
Yeah.
And
because
so,
they
like,
don't. They know right from wrong.
They have
but
no
they
filter
don't.
either.
They know what's right and what's wrong. They just don't understand why doing wrong
Yeah.
things is bad.
Yeah.
Because when you do bad things, it works out. lying gets you out of trouble.
And I think
why not do it?
Yeah, I read like Lord of the Flies like way too early as a child, and
you read it at the age that the kids.
I have like stuff. A terror. Like I see like 5 kids, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna cross the street.
you as a kid are like, kids are terrifying.
Big Bear Ghost Hunters is more disappointing than I remember. It's just like general ghost hunting stuff. Ooh, Haunted House in Big Bear. I posted this before, but I can't explain it. I thought I would remind everyone.
If anybody's like making like an open call on that page, of just like, hey, who wants to go explore this haunted house with me? I'll go.
I know somebody who would go too. He's like all about it.
Yeah, there was some story
I can only go during the day though.
There was some story
I'm the biggest
about
chicken shit.
ghosts in Holcomb Valley where the fire was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Over by the Double Camp.
Look up Harmony Grove. Harmony Grove.
Okay.
There's like a religious retreat center there, and they said that that's pretty haunted. You can make an appointment to tour it, but yeah, they said there's some weird vibes there. But yeah, Elephant Forest they said is definitely haunted, and Harmony Grove as well. I guess there used to be, Native Americans who were killed.
Yeah.
White people.
There used to be Native Americans there, but white people.
Yeah.
There are Native American bones under so many properties.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then also there were like gypsies there also killed. And so, yeah, all their spirits like haunt. I guess there's like some road in like Ramona too that's supposed to be haunted. Oh, and then there's Proctor Valley Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so scared.
I would not be surprised if all of Ramona is haunted.
Yeah, Proctor Valley, I think it's like South Bay. I think it's like Chula Vista. Or no, is it Chula Vista? I don't know. It's somewhere out there. Yeah. But I'm terrified of all that stuff. Like, I can't even watch scary movie previews.
In Inland Empire, this isn't like exactly a known haunted place, but I get kind of creeped out sometimes. San Mateo Canyon.
I don't know where that is.
It's way in the backwoods. Like, so you take like the 60 East. And then, like, there's Redlands Boulevard. Oh. It's, like, past Moreno Valley.
Oh, geez.
It's like rural. There's, like, farms and ranches out there. And, like, in the summer, it gets bad because it's, like, so dry. A fire could start at any time. There's, like, dead animal carcasses everywhere.
Yuck.
What is it? Like, some Wild West guy used to live there. Crap, I'm blanking on it. But it's got some history.
Wyatt Earp?
Wyatt Earp, that's it. Yeah.
What? For real?
Yeah, he used to live in San Mateo Canyon.
I had no idea.
I was pretty sure that's what you were talking about. I've heard that before.
It's like a lesser known shortcut. Like Google Maps is starting to send people there. Like if you get stuck in Inland Empire traffic, like that's how we found out about it. And there's a railroad that goes through there too.
But is anybody not stuck in Inland Empire traffic? I feel like that's just all it is traffic. Yeah. There's a place in Chino Hills called Green Mist that
just sounds haunted.
Yeah, but I guess there is a facility up there. The rumor is they did nuclear testing, and it's still
radioactive ghosts.
Yeah, it's still like gated, so you can't even go there at all. But it was called Green Mist, and they said it was also like a gravity hill, but we weren't allowed to go there because they said that the cult members would like swing dead cats at your car, like they'd have like sacrifices up there and stuff like that. So we never went, but I was like, if it's still around, like now I'd go.
That's some Hills have this shit.
Yeah, but it was like I'm like, who's in Chino Hills? It's like a bunch of like wannabe like goths and like dead cats and whatever. But I think Green Mist was because they said it was like something radioactive, but it always gets foggy over there. So.
And then the mist is green.
Yeah.
I thought some sort of conspiracy was going on at like San Clemente Island, and I learned it's just a Navy SEAL training facility.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. By the nuclear boobies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Well, that's San Clemente. San Clemente Island is off the coast, like 30 miles. It's like at the narrow island. I thought there was like some sort of nuclear experiments going on there. But then like I looked more into it. They just train Navy SEALs.
Huh.
Yeah, if they were conducting like nuclear experiments like that close to land, you would be able to like see.
Oh, that's like that island. What is it? Is it on Long Island or Staten Island? That one, where they said they're doing like experiments there. I think it's It's where the Montauk Island, or Montauk Monster was found there.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that? The Montauk Monster?
No.
My coworker's from New York, so he would just tell me all this.
I know what you're talking about.
Like he would tell me stories about like Cropsey and like Montauk Monster, and like there's some island. No, 3 Mile Island is
I wasn't sure what you were talking
Pennsylvania,
about.
Right? Yeah. My friend, I went out to see him, and he wanted to hang out, and he's like, "Oh, let's go see 3 Mile Island." I'm like, "What?" So that was an outing. That and Hershey The Hershey. I was like, cool, 3 Mile Island in Hershey, Pennsylvania. But trying to think what else is haunted. Of course, Old Town.
Hotel Coronado.
I won't go. I'm terrified. I'm so scared.
Of the Hotel Coronado?
Yeah. I went ice skating there.
Presidio Park's haunted for sure.
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
Wait, you've seen something?
Well, just when I'm driving or biking through at night, it's got that eerie, like...
At night?
Atmosphere to it, yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
And there's like that raised platform with the pentagram, too.
Oh,
and there's like the Mormon battalion, like, burial ground there.
Oh. What are they going to do, though?
Yeah. Convert people to Mormonism.
Oh, I know. Pioneer Park in Mission Hills. Like, there's a cemetery there, too. Yeah. Like, there's a playground and, like, cemetery, like, right next to it. It's kind of neat.
Pretty much everything Goodwill is haunted.
Yeah. What was that bus number again? Or the truck number?
Truck number 174. Okay,
I got to write that down, too.
And also any warehouse or store or anything that those dolls went to. So the Otay Mesa warehouse, haunted.
Nope. No thanks.
Although so much haunted shit moves through Goodwill on a daily basis, every part of Goodwill is haunted. It's just, I know firsthand that Truck 174 and the Otay warehouse are super haunted.
Got it. But, like, even...
Have you been to Fort Rosecrans at night? I've only gone in that area during the day.
No, I haven't. No.
Like, almost the lighthouse, that like, cemetery.
No.
I think I actually might have been up there at night, or at least, like, shortly after sundown, like, when it's still kind of light out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the whole thing with Proctor Valley Road was, but it was pretty terrifying. My friend wants to go, and I'm like, I'll go during the day. That's it. That's my thing. Like, I want to go back to that trail where the doll head was, but I'm afraid I'm going to run into it again. Mm-hmm. So I'll go with somebody. I just won't go by myself because I get very scared.
Yeah. When I was first, like, spending a few nights alone in Big Bear, like, I would get a little creeped out in the cabin, but it got to a certain point, like an amount of time staying there, that it became normal. Mm-hmm. With the winter wind whipping and, like, you see shadows in the trees.
No, nope.
That's horror movie stuff.
Yeah, I hate it. I can't do it. Let me see.
That's when them werewolves come out.
Yeah.
Nope. Wait, you have how many?
Huh?
Your Wi-Fi, is it 2.4 or 5G?
Either one. 5G's faster, I think.
Okay. And same password?
Yeah.
Okay. I won't say it.
Yeah, we have a card that I put on the table with the Wi-Fi name and the password for the guests.
You stop putting out the pitcher of water.
I'd rather have a Wi-Fi password than water. I can bring my water.
Water pitcher is, like, bound to spill.
Yeah.
So, like, these close-up waters are better.
Yeah. Yeah, see, evil's lurking around Proctor Valley Road. Oh, it's between Chula Vista and Hamul. Yeah, they're 6 mile dirt path. There's like a monster and a demon car.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, mutilation or livestock mutilation. It began in the 1960s. There's like a hitchhiker. What are these pictures? Like, why? Look at that picture. It's like a rat's head on like a guy wearing a flannel.
That's like a Party City rat mask.
Yeah.
If you're gonna try and do like some Goat Man myth making, then like at least put some effort into it.
I don't like it though.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Goat Man? I'm dancing on your bridge, Goat Man.
Oh yeah, here's another one. It's like Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's Goat Man.
Have you seen the movie Creep? It's on Netflix.
No, is it scary?
Yeah, it's got some like suspense and like jump scares of like guy coming around a corner when you don't expect it.
Goat Man.
But it was filmed in Crestline, like not too far from Big Bear. Like it's all filmed in a mountain cabin. Yeah. There are a lot of movies filmed in Big Bear since it's like mountains so close to LA.
No. Oh, they said there's a hitchhiker. Yeah, a woman in white or blue gown. She's huddled on the side of the road. Wait a minute,
is it white and gold or is it black and blue? Get the facts straight on this ghost.
Yeah, they're saying...
Is it Yanny or Laurel?
Oh, no. I live off Laurel, and Sasha's like, make a left on Yanny. I'm like, will you be quiet?
No. I refuse.
Yeah. They say the hitchhiker is a malevolent spirit who died violently on the road. She died in a car accident on prom night, of course.
Mandor, hook hand,
so she's out for blood. And then there's a demon car that'll follow you.
Who was phone?
Let's see, a flying ball of fire, chupacabra,
Nice.
banshees, phantom footsteps, weird Spanish conversations, strange chase music,
What?
small handprints on your cars after they mysteriously break down. Yeah, so it says to go out there with your electronics charged so you can get help if your car breaks down. Let's go, guys.
If they can break down your car, how can they not disable your phone?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, well, because cars were around back then, but cell phones weren't, so maybe they don't know how to figure it out.
They're like, what the fuck is this thing? God damn it.
They can work a car, but they can't figure out a
God
phone.
damn it, I don't understand.
Yeah.
We need to get some younger ghosts in here to help us figure this shit out.
Oh, God. Maybe that's why. Oh, yeah. Let's go. We should go.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Let's go tonight.
No, I won't go
not
tonight.
This is the last you'll ever hear of us.
Not going tonight. I can't go without my friend. Like, he wants to go.
They were last seen on a podcast.
Oh, hell no. Can you imagine that's how I went out?
Audio cuts out.
No. Okay. Bye, guys. I'm gonna...
Like curling screams. That's outro.
Like the victims were last seen on a podcast, and then it cuts to the clip. Yeah, let's go. Let's go right now. Last words.
Yeah, in the basement. Yeah, this.
Already off to a bad start.
Yeah,
Wise.
exactly. I want to find that doll
This
head.
neighborhood Bay Park, it used to be called Slaughterhouse Hills, I think.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Oh, yeah.
And you invited me here?
Because there were slaughterhouses where they would slaughter livestock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Cecil's the deli butcher.
Although
they used
yeah.
to have like a bigger operation, I think.
Although there was a serial killer in
Bigger
this neighborhood.
operation meaning
Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Although there was a serial killer in this neighborhood about 20 years ago.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Are you talking about Claremont Killer or something else?
Claremont killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. It's a thing.
There was a murder in like Tuckaloosa Canyon
An,
like a decade ago.
an
too.
acquaintance of Dad's. I'm trying to recall. Was either like his wife was a victim, or he was like falsely charged and then like cleared of being the killer.
Yeah.
Was the Claremont killer ever caught?
Yeah, he was.
All right. Yeah.
He was in prison, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Murder is rarely good.
No, never. Yeah, never good. Never good. I want to find that doll head.
There used to be an oil derrick in Tuckaloosa Canyon. I found a map of like all the former oil operations in San Diego and LA.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
there are a lot here?
There's a lot still going on in LA.
Yeah, we see that in like El Monte, I think they have like a bunch.
They have like an
Of the
oil
drills.
drilling park in Inglewood or something.
Yeah, I think there's one in El Monte too. I want to find this thing. It's terrifying. It's like missing an eye. It's like super dirty. You saw it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta see this.
It's pretty bad. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go on like a nice little hike and have fun. I turned around. I was just like, I'm done.
Wrong.
Yeah. I was like, why are all these pictures like pixelated? I started like taking pictures of all like the nature things, and then I'm like, should I even take a picture? Like, what if this is here like to trap somebody, like somebody will stop and take a picture and that's what they want.
Oh, they
and then
find
they'll
you
like
on social media
they'll
then?
pounce me. Yeah. So I'm like, that maybe that's why this is here. But
It's a trap.
yeah, I thought so. So as I was walking backwards, I took a picture of it, and I was just like, okay, I'll take a picture and split. But it was pretty alarming.
I joined like some for sale groups in cities that are far away from me, like Yuma and
Why? Just to see?
Yuma and Fairbanks, Alaska.
What is for sale in Fairbanks?
Mostly trucks and like power tools, and like there's people asking for caribou meat.
Anything worth driving to Fairbanks for?
Yeah.
I assume that's why you're on there.
Yeah, and yeah, I just want to see all the weird stuff that's for
No,
sale.
no. Oh, it's hair.
Yeah.
Oh, it's matted flat sheet hair.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I don't even care if it was like normal, ordinary living people who put that there. That is haunted.
Yeah.
That is haunted now.
Yeah.
Cowboy hat and red fox pelt.
Nice.
Combine them.
Is it like bartering or like?
Yeah, it's like the Facebook answer to Craigslist. Like San Diego has a bunch of these groups too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to join Yellowknife ones, like one of the most northern cities in Canada, but they wouldn't accept me yet.
Yellowknife,
Oh,
Canada.
why not? What if you were like, I'm visiting?
They were asking follow-up questions like, why are you joining from San Diego?
Oh.
Interest?
Yeah, you could say, I'm going to visit.
Yeah,
And then you just
Did
don't.
you do that?
What are they going to do? Enforce
No, I
it?
haven't done it yet. I'm going to send them
Well,
a
now
message.
they're
Yeah.
going to look into you and hear this.
They're not going to hear
No, they
this.
won't.
No.
They're going to do an extensive
It's
background
buried.
check. Yellowknife is a very exclusive community. They're going to do a background check on you before they let you join their
So
Facebook
I hear
group.
you're going to visit Yellowknife soon. You can edit out everything else and then just put
Yes, I am planning a trip to Yellowknife in October.
that. Cool.
The famous
I am
Yellowknife,
driving
Canada?
up there through Alberta.
Wow, I bet they have interesting things for sale there.
I'll bet they do.
You should check
I
Facebook.
would like to buy a car or a pelt while I'm in Yellowknife.
Or perhaps a car that has entirely pelt upholstery. I'm keeping my options open. There's really, you can get anything you want at Yellowknife. It's a city of riches.
Find your local Yellowknife buy and sell group. Let's infiltrate this.
I hear it's lovely.
There's only one local Yellowknife buy and sell group, and it's in Yellowknife.
Surprisingly, there are two with like 20,000 members each. So there's got to be people
What?
from out of
How
town.
big is Yellowknife?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yellowknife
community
is only like
split.
15,000 people,
Oh.
from what I recall.
Huh. But 20,000 people in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
on
they're not
each group.
accepting you?
So
Like, what
wait a minute,
the heck?
that's not counting the 35,000 ghost citizens of Yellowknife.
Oh, right.
And I bet like they accept like other people from Canada, but they're like confused why I would join from San Diego.
Because you're going, duh.
Because I'm visiting Yellowknife.
Or like if we
As
can
we've established,
yeah, or if we can get 10 people to join the group, then we can be like, oh, well, we're taking a bus up there. So then they'll like,
yeah, there we
We're
go.
taking a party bus
Yeah.
from PB to Yellowknife.
It's gonna be one hell of a party. We are gonna deplete that
Yeah.
bar.
I'm down. Proctor Valley Road, then what was the name of the city again?
We're just gonna go to
Yellowknife.
Yellowknife.
We're just gonna go on a tour of haunted places throughout the Americas and then stop at
Yeah.
Yellowknife for
Yeah.
some reason and then head back.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Fairbanks, free or for sale, there's also cars where it's ambiguous whether they're working or not. Like, the owners won't answer.
Car, come and take it
Car,
away.
$500, a little rough around the edges.
OBO.
Yeah, come and take it away.
Not sure if running.
Running? Who knows? Life's an adventure.
Grading photos.
Bigfoot's behind the wheel in this one.
Maybe they're going to do, what did you say, weld 3 cars together?
Weld 3 cars together
Yeah.
and put a futon in it.
Yeah.
Make it a
Oh,
guest
wow,
house.
somebody in Fairbanks, Alaska is selling Southern soul food. Gumbo and fried shrimp. This looks
as
good.
far
Dang.
north as you can get, and they're selling southern soul food. I can dig it.
Pretty far inland, not the Alaska that's right by the ocean.
Huh.
I don't
Fairbanks
think
is
that would
middle
help.
Alaska.
I know nothing about Alaska.
I want to visit. I know
I wanna
so
go.
much about Alaska for having
I thought
never
you were
been there.
Yeah.
I know nothing about Alaska. I hear it's very pretty. And I'd like to go.
I
I
thought you
didn't
were
want to
still
go
talking about
before
Yellowknife.
because like nature and bears. I was just like, I'll stay away.
Yeah, like the hikes I want to do in Alaska, like I'm not in good enough shape for yet. It's like those
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
20-mile backpacking,
Forget
like
that.
multiple thousand feet hikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I wish. Yeah. Like, I
Where
yeah.
you're almost a mountain climber, pretty much.
Yeah, no. I have a friend who does that. Like, he's like a mountain goat. He just like runs up, and I'm like, I'm down here. Like, I'll
Yeah.
wait for you, and then he'll walk up with me. But yeah, the people who run barefoot or like you said with the boombox.
I've met people in Big Bear, like guys my dad like cycles with, and they'll like go on a run up to 10,000 feet, like 10 miles, and
Yeah.
they'll be doing it in running shoes, even though it's like jagged stones all the way up.
Like, I feel accomplished just when I like hike a tiny hill, and I'm just like, I made it, guys. Or I'm like, I walk like 3 miles on like a dirt path. I'm like, I did it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
I hiked.
I'm way more in
I am
shape than
hiked
I was
person.
before.
I'm a different person now. I've changed.
Yeah. My friends were like, are you okay? Like, you're out in nature. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, they were super concerned. And then I was like, yeah, I started doing yoga. And they were just like, what is going on? So, like, they thought I was having some kind of like midlife crisis or something. Like,
What?
and I'm like, no, I'm like trying to make myself like,
I'm trying to be happier.
Trying to be happier and, like
I'm
more...
trying to get those good kombucha
yeah.
vibes.
Oh, God, no. I was just like in better
Can I
shape.
interest anybody in some yerba mate tea?
Hey, I did have some good yerba mate at the Yellow Deli. Have you been there?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's the one that's run by the cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, for real. Like a
There's
real.
one in like Rainbow and one elsewhere too.
There's like Escondido area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, tell me more.
They're called the 12 Tribes of Judah. They're a doomsday cult.
Lovely.
yeah.
Love
And
it
I've
so
heard
far.
their food is so good.
Their food is amazing.
Oh, I got to get some of that good cult
It's
food.
in Vista Village, I think, like right outside. But you have to make sure you have time because they're not getting paid, and
they're running on cult time.
Yeah, they've been fined by like what is it, OSHA or something
For
like
just not paying their workers.
for not paying their workers, and they're like, but they're volunteering, so they give up.
That's fishy.
They give up all of their worldly possessions, and they go. And up until recently, they were like anti like what is it called, like if you're they didn't want people like mixing like ethnicities or anything like that, and they're like very like women stay home, and they, you know, women work the fields and women do this, and the men go out and make the money that they don't get to keep but they give to like the cult or whatever. But like,
although I gotta say, what a classic fucking grift, starting a cult just to have free labor for your deli.
Yeah, for your restaurant, but the food is so good, and they have a mate bar.
Totally worth it for the totally worth it for the sandwich cult.
Yeah. Like we went up there, and like it was after our Elfin Forest hike, and my friend's like, "You want to? We went to this haunted place. Why not go eat at a cult-owned establishment?"
We express our oneness with the universe through making sandwiches and not getting paid for it.
And everybody dresses the same.
Of course, it's a cult.
Yeah. So the men have like these plaid shirts, and their hair is long and pulled back, and they all have, but everybody's so nice. Like
what's the age range here?
Well, they have the elders, so they were like all these old men at a table, but the men, I think they're like anywhere from their 20s to 40s. And the women all, sew their own clothes. They have the farm. The food is delicious. So it's like everything that is in that restaurant, like they've made. So I had like a bowl of like vegan chili. The bread was amazing. I bake my own bread, and my bread tastes like shit compared to like their bread.
When gluten-free in this house, we started making our own bread too.
Yeah.
It would turn out
mixed results.
Yeah, it would taste really good fresh, and then it would turn into a rock.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, you can like store bread a certain way too. I don't know how like that type of flour, like bread made with that type of flour, has to be stored, but
yeah, it's made with like a lot of the times the stuff from the store comes from like quinoa, rice, flax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It'd be good to experiment with.
I forget what we used.
Yeah.
Probably just a mix.
But I highly recommend it. But you have to have time because they don't give a shit. They're not getting paid, so it's like...
Oh, dude, if I go there, I'm going A, for the food, and B, just to observe it.
Oh, it's so
I'm going to
cute.
take my time.
Yeah, it's like all wood inside, and they have paintings and like the scriptures, and then they have all of their like propaganda in like a waiting room near the mate bar. And there's
excited.
like somebody in there, and they're like, "Have you been here before?" And I'm like, "No, this is my first time." And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's like so great." And I'm like telling myself, "Don't get sucked in. Don't get sucked in." Like I'm like, "No, I'm not going to give up my worldly possessions. I love my worldly possessions." Like, yeah, but
have you seen the stuff I have? It's awesome.
like it's amazing. But yeah, the food is great. I think we were there for like 2.5 hours, and I just had a sandwich and a bowl of chili and some potato chips. And it's reasonably priced.
Nice.
I don't know why I'm plugging
I would
them so
hope
hard.
It's reasonably priced. They're not paying anybody.
You're giving them a free
I
advertisement.
know, I'm plugging them so hard. You're like, shut up, Jed.
We're giving all this
plug
free...
Yesenia's taco shop.
But now we're giving free promotions to a cult, so we're really moving up in the world.
Just the food. Yeah.
Just the food made by a cult.
And they're very friendly. Yeah.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah, super friendly. Yellow Deli.
Well, Yellowknife to Yellow Deli.
Oh my
Yellow
God.
Deli on the way to Yellowknife. Yeah.
I wonder if they have a Yellow Deli in Yellowknife. They have them
wonder
all
if
over
they
the
have-
I'm sure
world.
there's like some cult in Northern Canada.
I wonder if they have yellow knives in the Yellow Deli.
I'm gonna search Yellowknife cult too.
I'm going to search Yellow Deli locations.
I think Yellow Deli is only San Diego now.
No, it's like all over the world.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty... Yeah, they have one
People
in
pitch
Tennessee.
it as a San Diego thing for some
Well, they
reason.
have two here.
Is the cult called Yellow Deli?
No, they're called the 12 Tribes of Judah.
Right.
The
You
12
already
tribes.
said that, and I forgot because I really wanted them to just be called Yellow Deli.
Oh, they have... Yeah, one in Vista, one in Valley Center, New York, Oak Hill. Let's see, where am I going? Maybe they're not... There's one in Kingston, Ontario. I don't know how close that is to Yellowknife. Nelson, British Columbia. Chilliwack. British Columbia?
British Columbia is southwest from Yellowknife. Yellowknife is like way northern tip of Canada.
Where's Kingston?
Kingston?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's one in Australia, Japan, Spain.
Oh, Kingston, New York.
No, Ontario.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of Kingston.
And they're all yellow.
Of course they are. They're the Yellow Deli. This episode brought to you by Yellow Deli and also Yellowknife Canada.
And Nature Box.
And Nature Box.
Yellowknife Canada with your Nature Box.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Okay, before we go...
Oh my God, it's 11.
Is there one more text from Tinder or anywhere that you want to do a dramatic reading of? Let's just close that with one more if you got one.
Let me see here. Let me find... These are like the ones from... Oh, there's that stupid doll head again. Years ago. Or not years ago, a year ago. Let's see. I have so many screenshots. Those receipts, you know? You got to keep... And sometimes it's just like, it takes less time to just send a screenshot instead of like typing like, he said this, and he said that.
Yeah, who has the time to type out the synopsis?
I don't.
Just send the screenshot so much faster.
Yeah, and then it's like screenshots.
It's easier on a phone too. On a computer, you gotta do control print screen.
Oh yeah. Or I do like the snipping tool.
Yeah,
they
have that now. I have Opera for a browser, and it lets you take a screenshot easier than the print screen one.
That's a good one too. I had a bunch of them because I was just like, man, this is happening every week. Like something is happening. Like these idiots are just...
Yeah, guys are just relentless. We're terrible.
Everybody's terrible.
Everyone is terrible in their own way.
And everything. I can give you... Let's see, a screenshot of... Oh, that one's gross.
Cool.
Yeah, people are gross. I had some other guy who was like calling me babe, like within
like
two...
off the bat.
Yeah, and like,
what a gross thing.
Like I'm not your babe.
That's
like you're
that's
gross.
like the texting equivalent of the naked man. Although I guess dick pics. So
yeah,
but it's just so presumptuous.
Yeah, it's bad. It's pretty bad. I had a guy who was down here for a conference. He was from Chicago, and he wanted me to send my dirty socks to him. Yeah.
What kind of money are we talking?
Nothing. He never. And
fuck him.
Then he wanted a pair of socks, and I'm like, well, can I just send you one, like an orphan?
Where was this guy coming from?
Chicago, but he was on a conference here. He's like some big scientist, and he's like a scientist. And he was giving like this huge talk about, I can't even say because people will Google and find out who he is. But
you can say it and we'll cut it.
It was.
No, you don't have to say.
Okay, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you when the show's over. So he wanted me to send my socks. So I'm like, okay, like, you know, trying to mess around with him. Like, oh, can I send like one sock? And he's like, no, I need a pair. And I'm like,
a pair.
I
need a pair or it doesn't work.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, does it have to be matching? And he's like, it has to be matching.
Good Lord.
I'm like,
he's so demanding right off the bat.
And I was like, oh my God, like, no.
You gotta at least ease into asking for a pair of socks. And then
should I order my strawberries from Fairbanks? Ask if they could ship.
Oh, those poor people.
Having to put up with us.
Yeah. Oh, where's I'm trying to find conversations that are pretty bad, but I stopped for a while. I was just like, I need to stop talking to people on here. Oh, I wish I had the conversations with that guy who left his car in my my driveway. It was pretty good. But yeah, people were like going pretty... There was like a streak of just really bad people. Like I said, I was reminded of them by Ariel's girlfriend. Where I have like the one. I wish you could read. Let me see if you can read that guy's like sob story.
Okay, yeah, gladly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll find that. Why did we not call him Calamity James? Like, what were we thinking?
It's so obvious.
What we weren't thinking. It makes so much sense.
Blockbuster video closing sale. One of the last Blockbusters.
Oh, it's finally closing down?
Yeah, the Alaska locations are closing. There's gotta be one left in Oregon, which will probably close too.
Oh, okay.
Like, the company already went away, as you probably know. But, like, some franchises remain open.
Right. Yeah.
We're on our own here. There's no backup. There's no reinforcements.
But
Blockbuster's stuck in Alaska because, like, a lot of towns didn't have good internet service until very recently. So people would get a DVD instead of, like, streaming.
Okay.
Moose Rug.
So go...
Moose Rug.
Wait. Okay. So... I even texted my ex-husband about it. Like, sent him a screenshot.
Can you
'Cause
believe
I was
this
just
shit?
like, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So go this way.
All right.
You can skip the one after that because that's just a screenshot of me telling him about it.
Of all things to happen, I had a lamp fixture fall and hit my head in my garage.
Which way does it go? Oh no, this way.
Oh, sorry.
This way, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Honestly, it probably has. Maybe. I've lived on my own since I was 17, and I recently moved back in because I found out I'm a match to give my dad a kidney. I've had to almost stop working due to tests and getting in shape. I'm in the process of quitting smoking 3 weeks. Uppercase D, happy face. I haven't seen anyone in almost 16 months. Not a soul. I'm adjusted to it. It doesn't bother me at all through it, though if it would ruin something. My family is my life. Yes, I do. Kids are great. How old are you? I have a daughter. I haven't seen her in a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
Her mom moved without telling me. It's a long story. I like to be honest, though. She's my heartbeat, and it's been hard, but I know justice will come. She's 9. Oh, wow, I'm sorry to hear that. It's been a battle.
Is this guy writing a book?
Long story short, I was going to have a kid with my ex, and I found out it wasn't my kid after he was born. She went out and got hammered and cheated on me. I pulled the ring off her finger. We were engaged, close parentheses. I gave her the boot and wished her good luck on finding the father. I haven't seen anyone since. It messed me up. I'm not going to lie. 4 years wasted and a wedding canceled. I guess I was ready to have a family, settle down, and that happened. I was in a car wreck when I was 22. I lost four friends and was put into a coma for 5 months. Why are you making me read this?
Because
I had multiple injuries, and in November of last month, I was turning on a trail with my mountain bike when part of the trail gave out due to the crazy rain. I went down. It was raining. I went down almost 3 stories and hit the side of my head on a rock.
Same guy.
Did you verify these stories?
I tried to look them up and I couldn't find anything.
You're like, is he making this up?
If he's bullshitting, I'll feel so much better. But as is, like, holy shit.
It's so depressing as is.
A concussion and brain swelling, but not enough for an operation. I have retrograde amnesia, so I lost a lot of the 2 years previous. Just wasn't there anymore. My memory is terrible. And then, it cuts off there. It was like, dude, I stepped on my Ray-Bans and broke a lease. Oh, lens. Sorry. Autocorrect. Man, if there's one thing I am struggling with in donating my kidney to my dad, it's the fact that I can't work literally any hours. If I injure myself or catch something, I can't help my dad. I'm literally down to, like, no money. I pay my child support, and that's it. It's really frustrating. Wait,
but we're like, how do you pay a child support?
She moved without telling him.
Yeah.
And took the daughter, and yet he still has to pay child support.
Well, yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I just burned myself in a freak match accident. Oh no, are you okay? Haha, I can't believe this happened. I lit the match and the match head popped off and burned my lower bottom lip. And I spit when it hit that and it burned the top of my lip. Gaga. Ha ha ha. OMG, I'm so embarrassed. And I think that's it.
Oh, there was like the... Okay.
Yeah, like the stuff he describes, it makes me think he's a writer doing this for fun. Like,
that's
just spinning a story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then he's like, haha, I've just had previous head injury, so it's like, maybe I should wear a helmet. I'm like, or maybe a suit of armor. He's like, that would be so cool, and you were cute.
And you're cute.
And you're cute.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we've had enough fun at Calamity Jane's expense. Again, thank you so much for coming
You're
on
welcome.
the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks
I
for
had
coming
so
on.
much fun. All right.
Let's go see some haunted places
Yeah,
right now.
let's do it.
Let's go.
Proctor Valley Road.
And then they were never
nice
seen
knowing
again.
everybody. I'm going to go watch some gang... actually, I'm going to go to Whistle Stop right now. I think I missed Quali, but whatever. I'm going to go home and watch...
Hey there, demons.
This has been OLE Bastards, episode 16.
And we just cleared the 3-hour mark.